All right, good evening and welcome to tonight's Lamar Viking pregame show. The Yeller Horn has been blown and we are ready for a great game tonight between the South Grand Prairie Warriors and your Lamar Vikings. This is Richie Sharon. I will be helping with commentary duties tonight for tonight's broadcast. I'm going to be joined shortly, perhaps by Javier Nahara, and maybe a little bit of Bill Frawley. But before we do that, we've got a lot to talk about. First off, tonight is homecoming. Out on the field right now is the Pride of Lamar band. They are doing their show. This is the last game that they're going to be able to do their total show. If the playoffs are in the picture, they may be able to do part of it, but probably not all of it. So they are putting all the final touches on their show together tonight. They're going to be able to do their performance one at a time. Earlier, we were able to see the Vikings. They did their thing. I mentioned earlier that this is homecoming, and so at halftime, we'll have representatives from all of the clubs and different groups and teams there. I am joined now by Javier. Let me get you on. Javi, how's that sound?
How you doing, Mr. Richie?
Excellent. Javier? This has been quite a 24 hours, isn't it?
It really has been.
We'll talk about them here in just a second.
Okay.
Let's focus on homecoming, and then we may have to carry over some of this until halftime. But let's talk homecoming real quick. I always ask you, your two daughters were involved with the Vikings. Homecoming's a big deal.
It is. It is in Texas. I don't know if it's the same anywhere else, but it is in Texas. Beginning with the moms. Beginning with, I don't know if they get bigger or not, but I don't know what they are in anywhere else in the country. But here in Texas, here in Lamar High School, and for that matter, when I was in high school, they're just gigantic, beautiful things.
I can tell you they were not a thing in Louisiana. I don't know if they are now, but they were not a thing back in the day, as the kids say. They weren't a thing. Cameron is dating a girl in Colorado. She had no idea when any of it was, and so we had to make her a mom as she has come down here to visit for a few days. And so, I think it's one of those, it's a Texas thing you wouldn't understand type of thing. Now, I also wanted to talk about some local champions, and Javi, this is not going the direction that you're thinking. Of course, I'm talking about the freshman Navy team that wrapped up the district championship with a nice win over South Grand Prairie last night. You've been a part of some of those Wednesday or Thursday night. So this is Thursday night. We're used to Fridays. Let's see. We have the Vikings coming out there with Thor.
No, I'm sorry. I know I pointed, but look at that.
Yeah, I'm looking at a.
That's a mom with legs.
Yeah, I'm looking at.
I thought it was walking by itself. Yeah.
I mean, literally, it takes over. Like you can't see her. Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
You've been a part of some of those Wednesday night or Thursday night deals where we're doing either the freshman game or the JV games. It's fun football. Sometimes it's pretty ragged because you see kids that this may be the first time they've ever played football.
Right.
But you see some pretty exciting things at times, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Homecoming is, I don't care, what the season's like. Homecoming is always going to be a special night for the home team, for the kids and everything that's going on with the moms and everything like that. So, hoping this is what is the case tonight. I know we're playing a pretty formidable opponent, and by the way, coached by our former coach, head coach.
So last night's game. The freshman Navy team, they beat the South Grand Prairie team. They wrapped up the district championship, which, I think that shows us a couple things. First off, they have two freshman teams, which there have been years where they were struggling to have one.
Right.
And they were able to play both a gold and a Navy team each and every week. Now, sometimes some of the schools only had one team, so you would play, this team and, the team that you're playing the night before. But I think it tells us a couple things. Number one, this program is growing.
Right.
The number of students that are coming out to play high school football under Coach Skinner is increasing, and that's a really good sign for the Lamar football program. Number two, I tell you what, some of these freshman kids can already play at a very high level.
Right.
We see that already with Yancey.
Right.
We see Trenton Yancey. We've seen that with Braylon Williams,
right.
Two freshman players. And so, well, I tell you what, we're going to need to wrap up here, Javi, because the teams are about to hit the field. And
yes,
so
sir.
I'm going to jump in here with Bill, and then you and I will get back together at halftime.
Absolutely.
Bill, how are you this evening?
Hey, you're doing great. No place I'd rather be right now than in this press box at Cravens Field waiting for kickoff.
Well, we're getting ready for the Lamar Vikings to... I was waiting. Oh, it looks like all the seniors may be coming out as captains. Is that looks like it to you? We're going to go through all the numbers.
No, there'll be about 4 that'll go out to midfield for the coin toss, and the others will hang back on the sideline, symbolically. But you can see Cooper Bernard is going to be out there, of course, as a captain. And it looks like Devin Ravel, which is nice because he's been the backup quarterback and hasn't seen a lot of playing time. But I think that's a real nice honor for a great young man, Devin Ravel. And then you've got number 83, John Casey, and number 56, Evan Martinez, that outstanding lineman. So that's a great group out there to represent the Vikings as captains. Coming in from the other side, you've got number 7, Jaden Stanley, and what's interesting is is that a 17? Yeah, okay, I thought it was a 12 at first, and there's been a confusion with the online stats, but number 17, Torrey Jacobs, and number 3, Austin DeLay, that's Coach DeLay's son.
Yes.
Who, was coach here for a few years, and 3 years ago went back over to South Grand Prairie, where he had been.
So I was just doing a quick count. It's about 25 other seniors that are there, and they're probably about 20 yards back, maybe 15 yards back of the other captains. But just that one opportunity for everyone to be out there one last time, represent Lamar Vikings.
Is that Isabella not in uniform?
So,
She's 22
a couple
right
of
here.
statistical facts leading into the game. It's a lot this season for South Grand Prairie Warriors. It's been the Jaden Stanley show. He's been, it looks like, the primary quarterback, but Dalen Brooks, number 10, will also come in at quarterback. It looks like they've been splitting some duties. Coin toss has just happened, and it looks like South Grand Prairie won the toss, and they've deferred their option to the second half, if I saw the signals correctly. And so it looks like, yes, Lamar will receive the opening kickoff to begin the game, defending the south end zone, so moving right to left, if you will picture that, if you're listening. So the quarterback duties have been split between Dalen Brooks and Jaden Stanley. Interestingly enough, Jaden Stanley has turned into a receiver and is actually, according to Max Preps, the leading receiver on the team with 66 yards per game. So if he's a quarterback, it's going to be very important to contain him and put some pressure on him, flush him out of the pocket, hurry him, and see if we can slow down their passing offense. They have a bit of an anemic offense, just like the Vikings at times has been. We've had some great offensive turnouts, just inconsistent through the season. One thing to keep in mind tonight, if the Vikings win by 15 points or more, they're in the playoffs to get that number 4 spot. If they win by 14 points exactly, they will have a coin flip after the game with South Grand Prairie, tonight's opponent.
Do they have to drive to like the middle of Centerville, Texas or something to do that?
And we'll go back to this in a minute, because growing up in West Texas, there was a truck stop between Odessa and Midland where the coin flip would happen, the Warfield truck stop. And then if we win by 13 or fewer or get outscored, as we Aggies say, we never lose, run out of time to get outscored, then South Grand Prairie's in. But yeah, so back in the days when only one team went to, especially when only one team went to the playoffs from each district, the district champs, there is sometimes a coin toss between the Odessa Permian and sometimes Midland Lee, now Legacy. and it was held at a truck stop, the Warfield truck stop, which is not exist anymore, on I-20, halfway between Odessa and Midland. So, interesting, and there's a depiction of that in the movie Friday Night Lights.
Mm-hmm. There is. I remember that.
Boy, that would be so unfortunate to do well and everything come down to a single coin flip. But I bet you that happened to a handful of teams every single year. Because all these school districts would only have one team that would go, and so if you happen to get down to the final season, I lost to this team, but I beat this team. This team lost to you, but one. So there's going to be someone with one loss.
Yes.
Have to flip the coin.
And especially given when only one team from the district went the true district champions, as it were.
So they're going to sing the national anthem. So we'll do the...
And I think this is the Madrigal Choir, a group from Lamar High School. Yeah, they'll be singing the national anthem. So in just a moment, we will turn down our mics and turn up the ambient. All right. So that was the Madrigals, and they did really, really well. 3 of the football players down there with them. 52, that would be Maranu Andrew. 53, Diego Garcia. And I see Josiah Eland. All 3 of those guys part of the Madrigals. They did a really fantastic job. We're so used to hearing either the symphonic band or the band that does it. So just hearing an a cappella version is pretty cool.
14 deep.
All right. So the Vikings are going to receive the first half kickoff.
And we also have,
Kicking is
trying to make sure it's working.
Okay, I think you just popped on, Bill.
Test, is that working? Can you hear me? I can't hear anything through these.
I can't hear you very well either, Bill. I know 14 is back deep. That's Trenton Yancey,
15 kicking.
the all-star. Yeah, there we go.
Had to turn the correct dial operator there.
There we go.
So, we also have one of the football players that plays in the band. There's the kick. It's up in the air. It's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line. There's 25-30. Gets out to the 35 and to about the 38-yard line. I think that was number 15.
Was it 15 or 16? I thought it might be Ogletree.
16-7 Ogletree there, yes.
There we go. We were talking earlier, Bill, about, JV and freshmen. Ogletree made a big impact playing JV, and now he's been called up to the big club, so to speak, and making an impact as a receiver and a kick returner.
Well, and that's what will happen and that's the good thing about having some depth, not just at each level, but through the levels. So the Vikings will start off 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line, good field position to get the game started. Empty set with 3 receivers to the left, trips left, twins to the right. Gannon Carey, the quarterback, takes the initial snap. It's kind of low, picks it up, throws quickly over to the far side. Number 6, Peoples Jr. Will pick up that catch, and he gets about 6 yards.
28.
Maybe even 7, Bill.
Maybe 7.
3.
Yeah.
So that was a bit of a low snap. Just got it. Quick pitch over there and picked up good yardage.
Tackle by number 28, Kennard Choice for the Warriors. 2nd down and 3 now for the Vikings. Here's a snap, steps back, throws over to number 1, Deontay Gentry.
Yeah,
Penalty flag on the play.
yeah. Peoples Jr. was holding the would-be tackler. Let's see if that's going to be the call, but
Holding.
So a holding call against the Vikings. We're working with a few technical challenges here.
you sound a whole lot better. You sound really good, Bill.
Well, I've got a good face for radio, too. I've been told that many times. So, tell you what, though, I was at the A&M South Carolina game last weekend at Kyle Field, and the announcer had like some bad cough, throat stuff. It was really horrible to listen to over the speakers. All right, now, 2nd down and 11. It looks like from the 38-yard line. Twins or single receiver to the right, trips to the left, one in the backfield. Here's a snap. Quick pass over to this side. Breaks one tackle, 45-50, crosses midfield.
It's first down.
That's going to be Jesse Little that caught that pass, broke a tackle, and then ran across midfield. So that's good for Lamar Viking first down at the Warrior 49-yard line.
3 passes, 3 different receivers. Real quick passes.
49 yards line. 2 to 8 for 13.
Here's a snap, handoff right up the middle.
Is that Sidney Anderson or?
That's Deontay Gentry, actually, yeah.
You know, Bill, they've kept the same
53.
tackled on the play by, you said 53. 53, that's Noah Morales. They've kept the same personnel, just moving people around.
Twins left, twins right, one in the backfield again with the quarterback shown. Maybe a corner blitz here. It's a handoff over the A gap on the right side. Deontay Gentry, he's going to get forward progress to about the 42-yard line, so he'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down. Number 43 for the Warriors in on that tackle, and that's going to be Elijah Calhoun.
Yeah, this is a big third.
Excuse me. Oh, wait. 43 is Elijah Morrell.
Big third down play early in the game.
Twins left, twins right. Here's a snap. Now Gannon Carey's going to keep it. He goes through the A gap on the right side. He's going to be shy. It's going to be 4th and 1 at the 40-yard line.
43 hitting.
Number 43 again in on that tackle, and that's Elijah Morrell for the Warriors.
Bill, he hesitated just a little bit, and I think if he had hit that hole running, it might have hurt, but I think he would have picked up the first down.
I'll tell you, if there's a quarterback that will run and take a hurtful hit and get back up, it's him. 4th and 1, he's going to carry and go for it again, and he does get across the needed yard line all the way to the 36, so he got about 3 more yards than was needed, and that's another Lamar Viking first down, 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Bill, we said 4th down and 1. I think that was closer to 4th down and 2. That was a really long yard.
Trips to the left, steps back, throws to this side. Trenton Yancey catches the ball to 42, 35 to the 30.
11.
And he's going to get down to the 29-yard line, and that's going to be about 3 yards shy of the first downs, bring up 2nd down and about 7. Number 11 for the Warriors, Ahmad Jenkins made that stop.
Split 2 defenders and able to get really good yardage.
Trips right, single left. They're in a kind of a quick tempo.
4 loss.
Now, a new play being called in. Play clocks are not workable tonight. Only one was working, so they're keeping the play clock on the field by the officials. Gannon Carey connects with a pass to
He's looking for a play.
Trenton Yancey. He'll get across the 25 to the 24-yard line. That's going to move the chains.
53.
And the tackle there by number 53, Noah Morales. That's going to move the chains. Another Lamar Viking first down. They're moving the ball pretty well here early.
2 things, they're throwing the ball very quickly, but their offense is running very quickly. They're not allowing South Grand Prairie to make any kind of substitutions.
It's a quick tempo for sure. Trips to the right. Deontay Gentry in the backfield. Next to Gannon Carey. He's standing just to the left of Carey. Here's a snap. It's a pitch over to Gentry. He'll get to the 25, and he's grabbed by the shirt tail pretty much by number 25, Eddie Foster. Gentry with that quick pass gets about 1 yard to the 22-yard line.
He needed about one more step to the outside to be able to get outside of his the defender's reach.
That was a beautiful potential, yeah.
Yep.
Here's the handoff to Gentry through the B gap on the right side. He'll get down to about the 15-yard line, about 1, maybe 2 yards shy of the first down. So that'll bring up third down and about 2. So they're in the red zone now. And again, quick tempo offense. Trips to the right, no one to the left. To Gentry again, straight up the middle. He'll have the first down inside the 10 to the 5. And he is in the end zone. And the Vikings score a touchdown on their opening drive. And Richie, just what we talked about, they need to, offline I think, but they need to come out strong, set a tone, and don't mess it up with turnovers and just silly penalties.
Well, Gentry has been fantastic. A lot of times Anderson will start off the game and Gentry will play towards the end. They did a little bit of opposite of that, and he was quite a sidewinder on that play, just kind of meandering his way towards the pylon as they set up for the point after.
And this will be the Randall Mill Pharmacy point after, and the kick is up, and it is good. And, of course, that's number 34, Robert Duncan, back in the game, back in regular form, if you will. He missed a few games in the middle of the season.
Well, Bill, let's talk about that whole, series right there. A couple big third down plays that they were able to pick up, but they mixed the pass in with the run very well. You had 6 passes and 6 runs. That's pretty balanced, I would say. 12 plays.
That's almost 50% each.
Almost. It's close. It's close to 50% each. Another big thing, they take 4 minutes and 59 seconds off the clock. A couple really big plays, but there wasn't anything big yardage-wise. They were just big as a form of being able to pick up the yardage when they need it. There was one holding penalty, but it really doesn't come back to hurt them. And the most important thing, it is currently Lamar Vikings 7, South Grand Prairie.
And I want to thank our listener Donna up in the North Fort Worth area for catching that my microphone wasn't working too well. So, Jay Ryan is our producer. He usually catches some of that if he can. We catch it, but thank you, Donna, for texting me and letting me know. All right. Fair catch was made at the
30-yard line? 30.
Yeah, Steve Langford, our spotter, says he called for it at 31. He'll lose a yard on the fair catch. He goes back to the 30-yard line, so that'll show him.
Yeah. Well,
it looked like he was in front of the 30, Steve. All right. So the initial offensive drive for the Warriors, 2 in the backfield, and it's going to be a handoff to the right side. Number 7, I believe it was. Excuse me, number
Stanley.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jaden Stanley just ran it straight up the middle.
He got 5 yards to the 35-yard line. Now they're going a little bit quick tempo. Twins to the left, single to the right, 2 in the backfield. Here's the snap, handoff again, right up the middle. He swarmed that time. He only gets about, they're going to say 3 yards.
31, 44, 42.
In on that tackle for the Vikings, number 31, Nazir Haywood, and was it, say 44 maybe? If it was, it's Ransom Burns.
So this is already a pretty big play. 3rd down and 2 for the Warriors.
Trips to the left. Now the slot receiver comes in motion. A jet sweep handoff to number 7. He gets past first contact. He's going to get out to the 45-yard line or so for he got the first down. Number 7, Braylon Sneed made that tackle, and it was Jaden Stanley who came out of the slot position. Remember I said he is the leading passer and the leading receiver as they shift duties among their quarterbacks. So it's 1st and 10 for the Warriors at their own 45-yard line.
Slowed him up, and I thought they might be able to get him down, and he was able to get towards the sideline and pick up the yardage.
They had him. They would have had him behind. Look for Skinner.
Here's a snap. Handoff, and he's tackled in the backfield. That was number 4 that took the handoff, Josiah Lucas.
32.
And number 32, Damian Brown.
There's that man again.
He is a standout defensive man for the Vikings.
He was able to get in between 2 of those offensive linemen and make a fantastic play in the backfield.
About the time he got the ball. Okay, quick patch to 7.
It's caught over on the far side. It looks like he's going to get to the 46-yard line. So
just past.
44 and 3 on the tackle.
Ransom Burns, number 44, and number 3, Jaden Peterson, made the tackle for the Vikings.
Spotting it at
So this brings up 3rd down and 9, and this is a huge 3rd down play for the Viking defense.
Yeah, this could be one of those that not only you can stop them, but you should be able to get fairly good.
Dalen
field
Brooks is
possession.
the quarterback, trips to the right, single left, no one in the back, takes a snap, steps back. He's rushed. He is swarmed in the backfield, and he's going to be tackled back at around the 35-yard line. There's a flag on the play in an area where you might expect holding. We'll see what that is. They're going to say he went down at the 36-yard line.
I think it's 3 on the sack.
no.
If it sticks, but I guess it won't.
Here comes the official's call. Holding, against the Warriors. And I'm sure they'll decline that penalty because that's going to bring up 4th down and call Uber as they're going to be in punt mode. What a great 3rd down play that was.
You know, Coach has such confidence in his main corners. You know, you'll see Vaughn Smith, number 5 over there, number 7, Braylon Sneed. He's got such confidence in those guys to say, you know what, I can keep those guys on an island because I trust that they can cover whoever's in front of them. And if you do that, you can let your linebackers cheat a little bit.
24s.
Got Cooper Barnard deep. He's on this side of the close hash marks, not straight down the middle.
That's because the kicker comes this way to kick.
Here comes the punt. It's straight down the middle. Cooper Barnard takes it at the 32, breaks one tackle to the 35, outruns one man to the 40, 45, 50, 45, and he gets into the 36-yard line. That is a huge return by Cooper Barnard. And, you know, we were just talking, last week and the week before.
Yeah.
He has kind of this habit of letting them bounce
Yep.
and roll. And he fielded that one cleanly, and that's about a 10, 20, 30,
35?
35, 40-yard return,
Yeah.
pretty close to it.
And, you know, Bill, I said it even a
35.
different way. I think when I said, you know, with all the stud receivers that you have, why don't you have a guy like that back there? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the coaches know a whole lot more than I
Because you have
do.
one out there.
You know, and they say, you know, this is the guy that we need there. So now we need to see him do that kind of stuff.
Control again.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Second possession, zone read. Gannon Carey keeps it up the middle.
Gain of 1.
He considered handing it to Deontay Gentry, thought he saw a hole up the middle, took it himself, gets about 1 yard to the 35-yard line.
You know, sometimes it's hard to see, you know, exactly what he saw. I saw the defensive end coming down, and I think he should have handed that to Gentry on that play. But guess he, again, he may have saw something that I didn't.
All right, so 3:26 to go in the first quarter. The Vikings lead 7-0 in great field position here. 2nd and 9 at the 35-yard line in Warrior territory. Trips to the left. Gannon's going to keep it again. Carey breaks one tackler, actually moves around one guy. He'll get to about the 32-yard line. Number 11 for the Warriors stopped him. That's Ahmad Jenkins, 2nd or 3rd time we've called his name today.
A little bit tentative, you know, for Gentry. You know, I
That was Gannon Carey.
Excuse me, for Carey. You know, I want to see him just hit the hole and slide when you need to.
Well, I think he was waiting to see if a gap or a hole was going to break open.
Yeah.
Because he kind of stutter stepped and he moved a little bit left right. So now it's 3rd down and 6 for the Vikings.
See if this
Trips
is a
to the
little
left,
deeper
single to the
pass.
right, steps back, throws to this side. Trenton Yancey gets it at the 33, tries to find some blockers, but he's pushed out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. 30, yep.
What you're hoping for on these quick passes is that your receiver can elude one tackler.
All right,
that
4th
was-
down and 5 at the 31-yard line. Trips to the right, single left.
The sideline was an extra defender.
And now a new play being called in from the sideline. Deontay Gentry in the backfield to the right of Gannon Carey. The ball on the close hash mark. Here's the snap, steps back, looks to the right. It's caught at the 33 to the 30, and he pushes forward, and let's see
Boy,
where they
he's
marked
close.
it. And it looks like he got exactly to the point of the yard line to make.
They're going to have to measure.
They're going to
Wait a minute.
– the officials are calling for a timeout.
17 and 28 on the tackle.
Over here, they're calling it short.
Yeah, it looks like
just
with
short.
the binoculars, He's not even a yard short, maybe 18 inches. So a tough break there that they didn't get the first down, but let's see what the defense can do, as there was a good flip of the field and eating some clock time there.
Yeah, 2:26 left to go in the first quarter, and so far the Lamar offense and the Lamar defense have looked really, really solid.
Ball's at the 26.5-yard line. The Warriors come out for their second offensive possession. Twins to the right, single to the left, one in the backfield. It's a handoff up the middle. He's met at the line of scrimmage or behind. Looks like he might have lost a half a yard. And it
So
looks
often,
like number 32, Damian Brown, in on that tackle along with at least one other Viking.
you know, so often we talk about who can win the line of scrimmage. Right now, Lamar is.
All right, quarterback rolls out, throws deep down the middle, and is dropped by number 7, Jaden Stanley. It was a low throw, and we had 2 or 3 defenders out there in that same area code.
Yeah,
Looks like number 31 was one of those out there. That's going to be Nazir Haywood. Haven't called his name a lot this season. Good to see him out there on the field.
Dalen Brooks threw that, and that was really close to being a ball that could have been tipped down.
3rd down and 10. Big 3rd down play here. 3rd down and 10.5 or so, really. Trips to the right, single to the left, empty set in the backfield, 2 tight ends. Man comes in motion now to the backfield. Quarterback rolls out to this side. He's looking for a receiver. Throws back to an open man on the other side of the field, wide open, and he's going to get up towards midfield before he goes out of bounds.
Bill, that is when if we were to have a Pee Wee League team, we would say, don't ever do that. Roll out to one side and throw all the way across. But the receiver was so wide open, I think.
Hold on, there is a penalty. Yeah, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Let's see what this call is. Again, you might think it's going to be holding because that's the area where that usually happens.
They're already
Illegal
backwards.
It is holding, yeah. And so, wow, that negates a huge, huge play. It'll still be 3rd down, but it's going to be 3rd down and 20 or more.
Ball is spotted at 15, 16.
Yeah, so it's going to be 3rd down and 20 instead of 1st and 10 near midfield. Wow. And that did have some impact because the flag was thrown right in front of where the quarterback was when he threw across his body.
Yeah, I totally agree.
All right, so receivers trade positions. We got twins to the right, single to the left, one in the backfield. Looks like 2 tight ends possibly. Another chance with 3rd down here. Here's a snap. Quarterback steps back. Now he flushed out of the pocket. He's got some pressure. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. And then just throws out of desperation. And it is a low throw to number 88, Tadrian Rankin.
Another flag.
And the defender was number 23, Porter Johnson.
Face mask.
And now a face mask against the Vikings.
Boy, that
the
hurts.
worst part of that is not the yardage, but it's a 1st down.
Yeah, because he was running for his life and threw that ball again across his body. Was pretty short. I don't think the receiver really was going to have a chance to catch that. But, boy, that stinks. Your defense has played so well, and, unfortunately a penalty like that's going to give him a 1st down.
But you know what? It's not the worst thing in the world that's happened because it's 1st and 10, still back at their own 31-yard line. And the Viking defense, I believe, is going to come up strong again.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Trips to the left on the narrow side of the field because the ball is on the far hash mark. Man comes in motion. Quarterback is moving around. He's got some pressure. He flushed out of the pocket to this side, still dancing around. And then he throws it out past the team on the sideline on the far side.
That is such an odd – Bill, you just never see that where you roll out one way and throw all the way across. That's very odd. And, we don't watch a lot of South Grand Prairie football, but if that is a designed play.
I think it's a designed throwaway on that one because he heaved the ball way past the team on the line of scrimmage, and it's a good, safe place to make sure it's not intercepted. All right, twins left, twins right, one in the backfield. Here's the snap. Immediate throw to the far sideline, and it's dropped. And that brings up 3rd down and 10.
Receiver turned to pick up yardage before he had control of the ball. Yeah, it was thrown to 88.
Is that 42 is the defender over there?
Tadrian Rankin.
And then number 42, I think, was on the Braylon Williams, that freshman linebacker, was covering on defense. Trips to the right, single to the left, one in the backfield. Here's a snap, step straight back. Flushed out of the pocket, rolling this side. And that ball, he was throwing towards number 3. It's incomplete. I'll let you know that. Austin DeLay. But it went into the Vikings sideline, and that's going to bring up 4th and 10. So, Richie, kind of what I was saying, that penalty wasn't the worst thing that could happen because they basically went 3 and out after the penalty.
Defense has looked really, really strong so far, and they are putting pressure on this quarterback. He didn't have a whole lot. He didn't have a whole lot of time to throw. Cooper Bernard with the pressure.
Barnard,
on that.
just
Cooper
so you know,
Barnard.
Cooper Barnard is deep. He's standing on his own 38-yard line. Now this time between the hash marks. Punter kicks it to the far sideline area. It bounces and rolls inside the 40, now takes a right turn and comes kind of laterally. And the Vikings are going to get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line. So a great defensive stand. Basically, they had to kill 2 drives there.
They did.
It would have been 4th and 20, but there was the face mask. So it's 1st and 10, and they got a 3 and out.
You could almost say that they've had 3 possessions.
Yeah.
And the Vikings have held them all 3 times.
Exactly.
The only first down has been by penalty.
The only first down
For the Warriors.
Has been by penalty.
So
That's
the
a good
Vikings
call,
come out
Steve.
on offense, their 3rd drive of the game. Twins to the left. Now Yancey goes in motion, and he's going to go into the slot position on the far side. So now Twins right, single left, one in the backfield. Tight end moves to an I formation. Handoff. Gentry goes up to about the 40-yard line, so he might pick up 1 yard.
It's 58.
Yeah, 58. Got
Number
a pretty good
58.
hit. I'm going to guess maybe 56, maybe Hayden Birch.
We don't have a name for number 58. Maybe it was 56, Hayden Birch. You saying?
Maybe.
Linebacker because, man.
All right,
Boy,
2nd down and 9. Trips left, single right. Here's the snap. Carey throws to this side, connects with Deontay Gentry at the 40 to the 45. Stutter steps, makes a different move, gets tackled from behind and pushed across midfield. That'll be a 1st down.
Eddie Foster's able to come in and get a tackle near the sideline, but not before Gentry picks up really good yardage. Bill, they blitzed on that play, and the play was designed to throw the other way, and so it just worked out perfectly.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter with the score. Lamar Vikings 7, South Grand Prairie Warriors 0, and pretty much the momentum is all in favor of the Vikings so far. This is their 3rd possession. They scored on the first one, a touchdown. Then they went for it on 4th down and about 5, and they got 4.5 out of that. Came up a half a yard short. So the ball went over on downs, and now we'll see if they can score on this drive. They'll now be moving left to right if you're picturing the field.
You know, and you can look at it a few different ways. You know, the yardage favors Lamar right now. The momentum favors Lamar right now. The scoreboard favors Lamar right now, which is the most important thing. I think right now, though, is you need to score some points on this one, or you give South Grand Prairie that feeling of, boy, we've played pretty bad, and we're still only a touchdown behind.
They need to win this drive right here. 1st and 10 at the Warrior 49-yard line. Here's a snap. Gannon Carey steps back. He's in the pocket. No much pressure. Now he's got flushed out, and he's tackled from behind.
He's lucky he didn't fumble that. 43. 43. He got a Elijah Murrell got a really good stick on him.
We've called his name a couple of times already, and like I say, he came from behind. It's sort of a blind side from behind. And when I say that, not a dirty hit. He just didn't see it coming.
Surprised he didn't run that a little quicker?
2nd down and 13 for the Vikings. Twins right, single left. Here's the snap. Gannon Carey rolls this side. Now he throws it away. He's got some pressure by number 43 again, and he just heaved that over to the bench that's well past the sideline out on the track.
I need to look a little bit closer, Bill. It looks like they may be playing a little different defensive style, just changing it up a little bit. Hey, you know, if the Vikings are going to run this, we're going to change up our defense.
All right, trips to the left, twins to the right. Need to scoot back there, buddy. Get on sides. There you go. Empty set in the backfield. 3rd and 13. Here's the snap. Steps back. He's now going to roll to his left. Throws downfield, and it is caught at the 34-yard line. Was that
Immediately taken down.
Is that Yancey? No, number 16. is going to take that one. Of course, that's 7 Ogletree, and that's a huge first down on 3rd and 13. It was number 16 that caught the ball.
He was able to find a hole in the seam right there. Fantastic
All right, trips
pass.
to the right, single to the left, one in the backfield. Pass to Yancey at the 35 to the 30, and he's going to still on his feet, and he's pushing forward inside the 25. He's going to get forward progress to about the 22-yard line.
You know, Bill, at the end of that play, you had two guys that were trying to tackle him, and at the end of it, after the whistle was blown, he's still standing, and the two defenders were on the turf.
Yep, and that's good for Lamar Viking first down at the 22-yard line. Creeping closer to getting in that red zone.
You've got single coverage up top. If you want to throw it that way, you
trips
can get it.
to the right on the narrow side of the field. Here's a snap. Gentry to the left B gap, and he's going to push forward to about the 17-yard line.
Bill, I don't remember a time where the offensive line has opened up such big holes.
Number 25, Eddie Foster, will get credit for that tackle. Richie, you are correct. Our offensive line has dominated like no game before, I believe, in this that we've seen.
Yeah.
All right, 2nd down and 5. They've got to get to about the 12-yard line. Twins left, single right, one in the backfield. Here's a snap. Carey throws to the far area. That's number 16 again, 7 Ogletree. He's trying to pull some people with him, and he's going to not get the first down. He gets to about the 15-yard line. Number 27 made the tackle there, Caden Henderson.
Those are 2 or 3 really well-earned yards that Ogletree
Actually,
just
he gets
picked
to the
up.
14-yard line.
Nice.
That'll be 3rd down and about 2. Got to get to the 12. Trips left. Now one comes in motion. Stacked receivers on this side on the hash mark. Throws quickly to the far sideline. Trenton Yancey breaks out of a tackle. 10-5, and he is going to get to the touchdown. Wow, Trenton Yancey caught that ball in the tunnel zone kind of area.
Yeah.
And then he just stepped through a tackler, broke another one, and tiptoed down the sideline, and we had to wait from this view to make sure it was signaled correctly. So Gannon Carey connects with that freshman phenom, Trenton Yancey.
So this is the 3rd play where he's had – oh, let's do the point after.
Here comes the Randall Mill Pharmacy point after attempt with Duncan out there. Cooper Barnard to hold. Here's the snap. The hold to kick is up, and he splits the uprights. And the new score, Lamar 14, South Grand Prairie 0.
This is the 3rd play that he's had that little. Again, it's kind of a tunnel screen, but he's split defenders, and 2 guys coming at him. He goes right in between them, and he's not only been able to split them, but gain extra yards after it. Boy, he has just been a beast and fights his way into the end zone.
What's that drive look like there, Richie?
Well, you've got 8 plays, 5 of them passes, 3 runs, all those runs by Gentry. Picked up a total of 61 yards, and most importantly, you ate about 3 minutes and 18 seconds off the clock. Well, most importantly,
touchdown.
We were just talking about that. There's only so many times that you can have fruitless drives like that. It's nice to say we got yards. It's nice to say we have momentum, but we have to have points. And right now, it's Lamar Vikings 14.
Here's the kickoff. It's a pooch kick. It's short. It's fielded at the 36-yard line. And I guess he signaled fair catch, but I didn't see a signal. Number 3, Vikings didn't get caught up in any of that stuff. So that was number 3, Austin DeLay, that made that fair catch. And, of course, that's Laban DeLay's son, Laban DeLay, the head coach of the South Grand Prairie Warriors. And I got to tell you this, from getting to know Coach DeLay during his, I think, 5-year or so stint here at Lamar, what a great person, what a great family. Kelly, his wife, Addison, the daughter, Austin, the son, out there on the field. Love the DeLay family. But I hope they lose big tonight by at least 15.
Just by 15,
yeah.
that's all.
Here's a snap. It's a handoff. Comes around this side, breaks one tackle, and then he's getting dragged down to about the 40-yard line.
I was wondering if they might go back to that. They were pretty successful running the football earlier.
Braylon Williams, the freshman linebacker, at least part of that tackle for the Vikings. 2nd down and 6 at the 40-yard line. They've got twin receivers to the left, 1 to the far right, 2 in the backfield. Here's a snap. Handoff. He's going to try to go around the end. He gets through to about the 45 to about the 47-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Warriors.
Yeah, they could have had him right there at the line. He was able to turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Clock rolling, 8:50 to go in the second quarter. Vikings lead 14-0. Twins right, single left, 2 in the backfield. New play being called in from the sideline for the Warriors at their own 47-yard line. Here's a snap. Zone read gives it to number 4. He'll get up to about the 49-yard line. That's going to be Joshua Lucas, the ball carrier. He's only a sophomore playing varsity ball for the Warriors.
That was direct snap, wasn't it?
And he's just shy of the 50-yard line, so it's going to be second down and about, a long 7. Maybe you call it their own 50-yard line. Here's the snap. Throws to screen pass to the far sideline, gets across the 50 to the 45. Looks like he's going to be just shy of the first down. Going to be third down and probably 1.
Yeah, he's going to be just short. Again, using that quick pass out into the flat.
Braylon Williams in on that tackle and possibly Nazir Haywood also. Big third down here. It's third and short, but let's see if the Vikings can find a way to stop them from getting a first down here. Here's a snap. Number 7 gets it, breaks out of one tackle. He'll have the first down and more to about the 35, 34 before he's actually finally brought down.
Jaden Stanley just got a full head of steam and was able to motor his way downfield for the first down.
All right, 34-yard line, first and 10 in Viking territory for the Warriors. Got twins to the left, single to the right. Now twins to the right, twins to the left. One in the backfield to the left of the quarterback. Here's a snap. Throws to this side, caught at the 30-yard line, breaks out of one tackle, steps around another tackler, finally taken out of bounds. And it was Braylon Williams that gets him out of bounds, and that's going to be down to about the 18-yard line. That's good for a first down.
Braylon Williams was able to make the tackle. Braylon Sneed came in and just over-pursued just a little bit. Wasn't able to bring him down.
The ball on the near hash mark, moving right to left. Twins to the right, single to the left, 2 in the backfield now with the quarterback. Here's a snap. Blitz coming. Number 5 slips out of one tackle, slips past another tackler. Wow, Cooper Barnard, I think, had him wrapped up.
Yeah,
he got out of it.
They had 3 guys in the backfield that could have made that play, just weren't able to quite wrap him up. Pretty elusive runner, Dalen Brooks.
And that's going to be second and 3 at the 11-yard line. Twins right, single left, 2 in the backfield. Here's the snap. Handoff around to the B gap, and number 7 is going to take it into the end zone. And, of course, that's the other quarterback, Jaden Stanley, that doubles as a running back, or triples, quarterback, running back, and receiver.
Yeah, on that drive, he was in the backfield. He was the quarterback on one of the plays, and he was a receiver. And, of course, he runs it in on that play for the touchdown.
And he leads their team with 13 total touchdowns coming into this game, so that's 14 for him. Here's their point after attempt. Number 15 is the kicker. We'll get his name for you. Snap. The hold kick is up. And it looks good, and it's signal good. And that's number 15, Andrew Rueda, a senior kicker for the Warriors.
Well, that was a really good drive by South Grand Prairie. They went back to, I think, what makes them successful, and that is, using that running game, using their athletes in the backfield, make you think it's a pass, and so you play back a little bit and, let your big running backs do their thing. I think that's how South Grand Prairie is typically successful.
What's the scoring drive look like, Richie?
8 drives, 64 yards, takes up 3 minutes and 28 seconds. Couple really big plays there, but the score right now is your Vikings 14 and South Grand Prairie 7. You're not going to hold a team like this scoreless as much as you'd want to, but you get back on the horse and see if your offense can put some points on the board.
All right, the ball is teed up. Same guy that kicked the extra point, number 15, Andrew Rueda.
And looks like Yancey is back deep.
All right, the kick is a squib kick right down the middle. Goes over the head of one of the men, and he's got to trap it down. And let's see who that was way over there, if I can catch it.
Is that 6? Is
I
that
think it's
Little?
16-7 Ogletree.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, sure it is. Sure is.
And the ball went over his head. He turned around, had to find it as the kicking team's coming down the field, and then he smothers it. And smartly, he didn't try to pick it up or anything. He just smothered it.
What an odd shape for a sports ball, you know? I mean,
The football ball,
a football ball.
oval,
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
what are they thinking?
should be something like rugby
Right.
or wait, that's oval
Yeah,
too.
never mind.
Yeah. All right, the Vikings come out on offense, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They've got 3 receivers to the right, none to the left, 1 in the backfield. Potential corner blitz coming from the far side. Keeper by Gannon Carey. He's got a good block. Gets across the 20-25. Pushes forward to about the 26-yard line. So that's a good 6-yard pickup on 1st down.
11 and 8.
And numbers 11, Ahmad Jenkins, and 8, Leo Morris, teamed up for that tackle for the Warriors.
You know, once he chose to keep the ball, he just looked for a good lane to run through.
Now the
Picked up some
ball
pretty
is
good
on
yards.
this close hash mark, and we've got trips to the right in the narrow part of the field, single to the left. Handoff, stutter step Gentry. He's going to get the 1st down and more out to about the 33-yard line before he's finally brought down. Number 41 for the Warriors made that stop. That's Kason Dade. Number 31 assisted Isaac Rios.
Good job by Gentry, able to sidestep one tackle.
Quick offense tempo, trips to the right again. Carey rolls this side, connects with Jesse Little for a short gain. Number 11 will get credit for that stop. That's Ahmad Jenkins, called his name a bunch tonight already for the Warriors.
He's their safety, and he's making all these tackles.
The ball is at the 36-yard line. It's 2nd down and about 7. Twins right, twins left this side. Ball still on this hash mark. Gentry in the backfield to the left of Gannon Carey. New play being called in. He steps up, tells the offensive line. Now Gentry switches to the right-hand side of Carey. Here's a snap. Steps back, throws quickly. Peoples Jr. has it, and he's going to get taken out of bounds quickly at the 38-yard line. It looks like number 31 made that stop. That's Isaac Rios.
Bill, I almost wish that they would call a timeout and reset some things because they're throwing these passes to the short side of the field. So not only are they dealing with the defender, but they don't have much room to,
Yeah, and I've been wondering about that and kind of making a note. Now they've got trips to the left
Right.
side, which is the open side, the ball on this hash mark. Yancey in motion, takes a handoff on the jet sweep, has a blocker, gets across the 40 in the spin cycle. Knee's not down yet. He's going to be about a yard.
I think he's got it.
I think he did fall forward and get it.
First down.
And that's a Lamar Viking 1st down, Steve. I
Wow.
think you're right. I think he did get a favorable spot. I thought at first he was a half yard short. 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Trips to the right, single to the left, 1 in the backfield, quick offense. Here's a snap. Gentry takes the handoff to the far side, and he slips down, and he's stopped by a man, but I think he was trying to duck him. And they're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage, so 2nd down and 10. I think that might be a favorable spot as well.
Looked like he tried to cut and just slipped, didn't it to you?
All right, now trips to the left. Man in motion coming this way. Now it'll be trips to the right. Throws this side. Jesse Little catches it. 41 to the 45. 50 across midfield. Inside the 45-yard line. Hits a 1st down and more for the Vikings. Number 26, Jameel Ross, and number 11, Ahmad Jenkins again on
Jesse,
that tackle.
Jesse Little's coming up he's getting up a little bit slow, but man, he hit that with a full head of steam.
And he's coming off to the field right now just to get that checked out. In for him is going to be number 83, John Casey.
These Warriors are hitting.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's the handoff to Gentry across the 40. He tucked his shoulder and pushed the defender back. Number 17 made the contact that ultimately stopped him, Tony Jacobs, but he got run over by Deontay Gentry. It'll be 2nd down and 4 at the 36-yard line. The Vikings moving. Here's a snap. Gentry again. Big hole to the 30. Stutter steps. And he gets down to the 26-yard line. And number 26 picked him up and form tackled him beautifully for the Warriors. And that is Jameel Ross.
That was a great tackle. That is the
First and 10, another Viking first down at the 27-yard line. Here's a snap. Gentry again. Boy, he is clotheslined in the backfield, but somehow spins around and gets a couple or 1 yard out of it.
Boy, if I told you there's a well-earned 1 yard, that was
That
it
was
right
it.
there.
And he's ready to come off the field
Yeah.
for a little bit of a break, I think.
Where's Anderson?
Yep, and Sidney Anderson comes in. John Casey also comes out of the game. Jesse Little back in.
Middle linebackers.
So we've got Twins to the left, Single to the right. Little is in basically a tight end position now.
I think he was king on that run.
Here's the snap. Sidney Anderson. No, it's a zone read. Carey keeps it tackled from behind. Yeah, but I think he grabbed him way below the number on the shirt, so it's more like the shirt tail. Almost to the fanny pack there that Gannon Carey has on. Third down and 12 now for the Vikings. And as we always like to say, this is a big third down. I would say this is bigger for South Grand Prairie's defense than it is for the offense at this point.
I would say so.
Twins left, Twins right. One in the backfield. Here's the snap. Carey steps back. He throws deep toward the end zone. Deontay Gentry, it's intercepted.
Interception at the 2 yard.
And that was number 8 that made that interception, Leo Morris. Well, that is a tough break, of course. Now, the only good thing that comes out of that is the ball's down at the 3-yard line, so it'll be first and 10 for the Warriors that thrown 3-yard line.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if I told you weren't going to make it on third down and 12 and you were going to punt and pin them down at the 3-yard line, would you be okay with that?
No, I want that touch. No,
Yeah,
that'd be
well,
fine.
okay. If
No,
I
I
told
would
you
be.
you had the choice between
No.
punting and scoring a touchdown, what would you choose?
Well, touchdown, but you're right, and Steve Langford's making the point also. Yeah, that's like a great punt right there to get him at the 3. And here's the deal: the Viking defense has been very tough tonight. So let's see how they stand up here.
Well, this is an important stop because it's a minute, or 1:33 left to go in the half.
Yep.
And you don't want to allow them to score because they also get
Twins
second half
right. Here's a
kickoff.
handoff. No, it's a zone read. Quarterback keeper to the 5 to the 10.
Good tackle.
So he gets out of the shadows of the goalpost to a certain degree, and it's going to be second down and 3. He got about 7 yards there, and they're moving kind of now. There's a timeout called. Timeout called by.
Wait to see. We're seeing excessive.
Lamar called the
Lamar.
timeout. And I think that might be a wise timeout. Just say, hey, let's reset before they start moving us too quickly and get us on our heels.
Yeah, and what he might be saying, it looks like they're playing a zone defense. And so what they may be saying is, listen, don't get too far out of where you're supposed to be because they're trying to fill in to where you're not. And if you are moving out of your zone, that opens up something. I anticipate that South Grand Prairie is going to keep the ball on the ground right here. They've been pretty successful with it. Minute and 16 left to go. This is second down and 3.
Play took 16 seconds.
16-second play.
Well, and time after that before we called timeout. So, but yeah, fair amount of time went off the clock there. Second down and 3 at their own 10-yard line. The Warriors have the ball. Nobody to the left. Twins to the right. Here's a snap. It's a handoff.
Oh, he caught him.
No, it's a zone read, and it's a
Got him.
sack in the backfield. Cooper Barnard.
The great Cooper Bernard.
And one other player comes up for the Vikings back there also.
5 yards.
And that is a huge sack on the zone read.
You know, the play before, he made the right choice and handed off. There's another timeout called. I wonder if that's Lamar.
Possibly so.
So you know what Lamar is saying? We don't think you can get a first down on us. We're going to make you punt and get
I didn't
really
catch
good field
the
position.
number. Was that Jaden Peterson that was back there also with Cooper? No. I couldn't see. There was another player, but Cooper Barnard again sacks in a beautiful manner. Because that zone read, some of us like me bit on what would have been the handoff, but the quarterback had the ball concealed or well covered. And
Well, the handoff was pretty well covered as well, but it's not nearly as good as getting the quarterback deep in his own backfield.
that's going to bring up third down and 8 at their own 5-yard line. Got to get to the 13.
I still think that they run the ball here. What you don't want to do if you're South Grand Prairie is stop the clock and then have to punt.
And you don't want to pick 6.
Well, no, you certainly don't want that.
Right. All
South Grand
right.
Prairie doesn't.
Now, twins to the left, single to the right, 2 in the backfield.
Okay, this is their run formation.
Here's a snap.
It is 7.
The zone read handoff, and he is swarmed at the 6-yard line.
Let's see if they call
Coach
yeah.
Skinner calls a timeout immediately. He was right next to the side judge.
3-2-4-2. Gain it 2 at the 7.
He said 32 and 42 on that tackle. Is that right?
Yes.
Damian Brown, of course, and Braylon Williams.
Boy, we've said their
Isn't that
names.
cool? A senior and a freshman teaming up for that tackle like that.
And those two guys are just stud defensive players. I anticipate we may hear their names when we talk about all district and all area type players here at the end of the season. So here's what's set up right here. It's Vikings 14, Warriors 7, 4th down and 6, and it's on their own 7-yard line. They're going to have to punt. I'm assuming you're not going to go for it here. So you punt the ball. You should have really good field position. Unless something really horrible goes wrong, you should have the ball in Warrior territory, right?
So Cooper Barnard, yes, is standing on the 42, backing up to the 43-yard line to return this punt.
And by the way, that's South Grand Prairie's
Yeah, good
45-yard
point.
line.
And I would like to send some people, but you want to make sure you don't even touch the punter.
Yeah, I think you put total return on, although he –
All right, here is the play. He's about 3 yards deep, takes the snap, rolls to his right, kicks the ball.
wow, that's great field position.
Should have been offsides, but I won't say that.
So I thought I heard someone say there was a flag. No?
Should have been offsides.
Oh, okay. So the ball goes out of bounds.
Bill, and I, we talked about pressure earlier. They did put just a little bit of pressure. The punt before, the punter waited and waited, didn't see any pressure, and so he waited to kick until his defenders were much further down the field. Wasn't able to do that this time, and
Kicked it to the right, and the ball's at the 24-yard line. So the Vikings close to the red zone to start this drive. 53 seconds to go. Twins right,
no timeouts
single
left.
to the left. 1 in the backfield. Here's a snap. Quarterback keeper on the zone read. He's going to get up close to the 21-yard line, it looks like. Now they need to come up quickly and get set.
Yeah, if you do this, you probably only have 3 or 4 plays. You're going to have to go quick.
2nd down and 7 at the 21. Carey steps back, throws to the end zone, and is tipped away.
Was that to Yancey? Yeah, that was
Intended for Trenton Yancey.
Good coverage. I think Yancey actually wound up playing a little bit of defender right there. He had 2 receivers or 2 defenders on him, in coverage, and probably not the best throw to make right there.
3rd down and 7. Twins left, twins right. Empty set. Man in motion. Yancey takes it. Jet sweep. And he steps kind of through one tackler. He's going to get to the 18-yard line.
Hurry the kick team
They
in
need
there.
to hurry. 12, 11 seconds on the clock. 8, 7. Setting up for the field goal. 5, 4, 3, 2. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. And it looks like it went far left. No, it's good. It snuck inside the left upright. I wish these officials would call it quicker because
Well, Bill, they are very synchronized. Have you
they
noticed
are.
this?
They're in stereo.
They stand back just a little bit. They each take their
Golly.
2 steps forward, and
I thought he was going to be a Texas Longhorn and hook that one a little bit. But it got inside that left upright. Well, this is huge. You'd like a touchdown, but my goodness, all things considered, 10-point lead going into halftime. And like you had said before, the Warriors will take the opening kickoff to begin the second half. So you have at least a double-digit lead.
Yeah, well, I think that was really important there. And let me say another thing. Coach Skinner handled that perfectly. Called the timeout when I think all of us were going, wait, why are you calling a timeout here? Had faith in his defense that, hey, we're going to stop them. We're going to make them punt deep. We're going to get good field position. We're going to get a chance to score late in the half. Fantastic job of coaching there to get the ball back, and needed every second that they got on that play. So 53 seconds. really running play. Two running plays and a passing play. Took 53 seconds, and you get a 23-yard field goal to
Get that double-digit lead,
get that
17-7.
double-digit lead. Yeah. All right. Uh-oh. Okay, not yet.
What do we do underneath there?
All right. Well, Bill, what a half.
Oh, my gosh. It's basically what the doctor ordered for the Vikings. Now the question is, can they pick up 5 points at least on the margin? No, yeah, to get it to be a 15-point victory. I'm not trying to say it's already a victory, but, hey, that's what they're going to have to do in the second half. They're going to have to break serve, so to speak, at least once and be able to expand that margin.
Well, if I told you that the Vikings would be able to replicate what they did in the first half in the second half, I think we would be happy with that. Keep the ball, run the ball well, get some passes, short passes that turn into long games, long gains. I'm absolutely fine with that happening. All right. Javi, I'm going to let you jump on here in just a second. I don't know if Paul's going to come over right now or what. What are we doing? We're trying to figure out what we're going to do next. He's going to be here in a minute. All right. Hey, you want to talk about a couple other things? All right. Let's do. Let's see if these headphones work. We need to get some. We need to make sure our headphones work. Hang on. Try that.
Test 1 2 test
How's
test.
that? Better?
That's good.
Okay, we can go with that. Javi, how are you, man?
I'm great.
Well,
A little tired. We had a little baseball game last night.
really, tell me about it.
I can't, Richie. I can't articulate how excited I was last night.
Yeah.
If I do, I can't do it in this in this space. But it was the most amazing moment, and I was glad that I was with my girls and my wife, and we were all together. And
You guys at home?
no, we were not at home. We were in an undisclosed place in Arlington. But the point is that when it happened, they just stormed to me.
Yeah.
The hugs and I had a few tears. It was just the greatest. It was just the greatest thing. I was thinking last night. I think I've attended at least 500 Ranger games over the last. I've lived in Arlington since 1992. Originally from El Paso, but I kind of started thinking about how many games I go to, and I figured I was and then we had 2010, 2011, of course, which were great. But last night was just amazing. So I don't know if that's what you wanted.
No,
but
no, you're right on. And we were doing the game up here, and Coach Viard is the freshman coach, and he said, "Hey, if you don't mind, give us a few, let us know
Scoring highlights
and that type of thing." Of course,
Yeah.
it was early in the game, so it was like, well, it's the end of the first, nothing.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's the end of the second, nothing.
Yeah.
It's the end of the third, nothing.
I know.
And and it's the end of the sixth, nothing. Well, we left, and I went home. Vonda was watching the game, and she's done that. And I walked in, and it was towards the end in the ninth inning, and I said, "Wait a second. I've got to go listen to this on the radio." Had to,
Well, I to that point, I'm sorry. To that point, I always have it on the radio, and
Yeah.
so I actually worked late last night. I was at work till about 8:30, but I always had it on the radio, and so yes.
I had to hear Eric Nadell do it, just because as many games as you've watched, as many games as I've watched or been to, boy, you want to talk about a guy who has been through the wars.
Yep.
How many times has he been on a road trip in the middle of Seattle, suffering through a rain delay at 11 o'clock our
Right,
time.
exactly.
And, just to see the Rangers lose 13-4 or something like that,
And I don't know if you remember, but Eric took
yeah.
half or more of this season off, and not sure why, but he was not he was not part of the broadcast for the better part of the season, and then came back obviously. But yeah,
So let's that doesn't have a ton to do with tonight's game, but let me tell you what's crazy. So this morning I get a phone call from my wife, and she says Cameron, our son, is going to be in the parade.
Okay.
I said, man. So she's a teacher here in Arlington. I'm a teacher down in Mansfield, and I said I've got to try and get out of work.
Right.
Well, I had spoken to 2 other teachers already that said I'm trying to get out of work.
Right.
And so I'm thinking, dude, there's no way I'm going to find a substitute. And so about 30 minutes later, she says, Arlington has decided to close their schools. Now, they've closed schools for snow days and ice and inclement weather and things like that. I can't think of another time that they've closed the schools.
I can't either.
For something different, but it's worth it.
Right.
You know.
But our special guest tonight, and that's what I was looking for, because to your point, that's a very special conversation as to why they closed it.
We'll add him in here in just a few minutes, and I know he can add a little bit more to this. So, come on in. Hang on just a second. Paul, we're going to put these on, and I think, let's see if those work. You got to take off your cool cowboy hat. Paul Folks is about as cool a guy as I've
That is
ever
the
met.
coolest cowboy hat, by the way. And hopefully he'll tell us who made it, but it's an amazing hat maker.
Most people either wear, a straw hat for the summer or a black hat for, the fall and winter. Not Paul. He's got color coordinating. Paul, speak to us. I got to know if you're on or not.
Hello, everyone.
All right.
There he is.
Guys, the great Paul Folks is with us. Hey, so we're talking about, did you know there was a baseball game last night?
Oh, yes, there was.
We were talking about, Arlington closed schools.
Right.
And about an hour after that, Mansfield decided they were going to close schools as well. Let me run through these and tell me the impact. So Arlington, Mansfield, Grand Prairie, Irving, Everman, Kennedale, and then Eagle Mountain, Saginaw decided they needed to close schools as well. So to say that this is impactful, I think, is pretty large.
Right.
So why don't you introduce our guest to us?
Oh my gosh, it's the greatest thing. I have known Paul. The way it started is our oldest daughters, were in the same kindergarten class together at Pope Elementary, the great Pope Elementary.
Yes.
And that's how long I've known him, since 2005. But Paul Folks, I always call him the unofficial mayor of Arlington.
I would agree with that.
There is not a lot in the city of Arlington that Mr. Folks has not been a participant or touched in some way.
Agreed.
So I want to welcome the great Paul Folks tonight for the broadcast.
Well, thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
So how long have plans been made for a parade, or because
I'm waiting to hear this answer.
Because you go back to 2006, and that was one of the biggest. Everyone talked about the jinx of talking about the parade. You have to work with that kind of stuff at times, right?
Yes, and we've been planning this parade since 1972. It just hasn't come around yet. Yes, but no, the truth of the matter is I got the phone call on Tuesday afternoon.
Can you believe that?
And so just, and it's hard because I'm a superstitious guy myself. So
I
it's
am
like,
very superstitious.
I don't want to talk about this too much. This
Sure.
could go the other direction, as we've seen it happen in 2010 and 2011. So I didn't want to get too deep into it with them, but,
Yeah. And so you know what he did? The superstition, then he calls me. He says, Javi, you're not going to believe what's going to happen.
Yes. So, but it's been a great community piece. Like, a lot of the Pope dads have been over helping build floats today. And
that's
some of them are still over there now. And a lot of the guys out of my veteran groups are over there right now, too. So, pretty neat. And, of course, I have to give a big shout out to CC's Pizza. Mark Shelton just delivered a bunch of pizzas to feed everybody over there building parade floats.
That's
so
awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
So tell us what you can. Who all's going to be in the parade? I think most people kind of know the direction of it and everything, but can you
I'm
going
to be in the first car, just so you know.
Okay, are you really? Driving, or you're waving to people?
I don't care. I don't care what I'm doing.
So You know, I know that Toyota being the sponsor of the Rangers.
Yes.
I spoke to one of the top guys at Toyota today. He called and they're bringing 60 brand new Toyotas for the Rangers. So there will be no vehicle in that parade that's not a Toyota.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And you know, there's been a lot of misconception about this being like our 4th of July parade or Christmas parade. But no, this parade is the Rangers.
It's Rangers, yeah.
Yes, and so there will be no there's no community floats, so to speak. So every float in the parade will contain alumni, Ranger alumni, or current players.
Okay, and I do know that the high school bands will be a part of that, probably dividing things up, I would guess, a little bit.
I think so. I think there are 2 bands that are in it.
Okay, I know Lamar is.
Awesome.
And I had heard that all 6 were, but that may be, just, the person I live with sometimes gives me information. Sometimes it's right and sometimes it's not. No, I don't know. Don't tell her. Don't tell her. Well, that's fantastic news. So, Javi, you go ahead.
Well, I was going to say there's so many. I mean, this is just an amazing time because of the World Series win and what's going to happen tomorrow. And AIC, by the way, is going to be closed, and so all the kids can come to the parade, which I think is amazing. But I was going to say, Paul has. If you come from Fort Worth on I-30 and you see that sign, that's the kind of thing that Paul does. That's why I say there's not a lot of things, but that beautiful sign on I-30, things like that. Then that's his business, 3DI Sign and Designs, and so it's amazing how many things. When I drive around, I know, okay, that's Paul, that's Paul, that's Paul.
Right.
So you know this as well, and how much he gives to the community.
Yes. Well, I know that the Arlington A sign. I know there's one here on 30. I know there's one on 287 coming up. There's one over here on 360
North. Yes.
Am I forgetting one?
No, that's it for now.
those
But
3?
we do have the one planned at the Grand Prairie line.
Okay.
It's already been sighted in, and the power ran to that one.
Okay.
One of the coolest signs or designs they ever did was the half baseball at the Visitors and Bureau Convention over there, just south of the old ballpark. That's one of my favorites that he has.
And, that was a fun one. It's got a little story behind it because it was the second time that we signed Josh Hamilton, who had already made the statement that Arlington was not a baseball town.
Right.
Correct.
So we immediately kicked it into gear and made this baseball and put up on the glass, "Welcome to Baseball Town."
That's right.
So
So that's what he was met with as he drove in the first time.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. Well, Paul, how long have you been in Arlington? All your life?
30 years.
30 years? Okay.
Yes.
Now, are you from? Just
I'm an
let
Ohio
Ohio
State
State
Buckeye
guy.
because I'm from Ohio.
Ohio.
Yes.
I was fixing to say you've got to be from Ohio. No one else would.
Ohio
like
State.
I
The
don't
Ohio
think.
State.
Yes.
The Ohio State. Their mascot is a poisonous nut.
Yes. A
I
worthless
never heard anyone say it that way.
Say what you will about that. Yeah, I don't think you're not supposed to eat Buckeyes, are you?
No.
You can't eat them. I think
No.
animals can or something, but
Yes.
people don't. Anyway.
But
They're just
there is
saying
no greater fan to local teams, the Cowboys, and of course, our girls went to Lamar, our kids, and the Rangers, of course, and things like that. Than Paul, I really. But it is the Ohio State University.
It is.
That
Yes. And just so you know, and you probably do, but the stats came out today on who's rated number 1
I
to
knew
win.
This was coming. And when I was driving in today, I was like, Paul's going to mention one thing. Who's number 1 on the stats here, on the playoff picture?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Buckeyes are ranked number 1.
And who's ranked number 4?
Michigan too. Who is it?
I don't think he's allowed to say the word Michigan.
No.
I think that's an Ohio State thing that you don't say the word.
Yeah.
You have to say like Michigan or something and
Right.
take the M out of it.
Yes.
So you've been here 30 years, and like Javi was saying earlier, we've seen some of the impact that you and your business has made in the area. What are some other things that you've had your fingerprints on that maybe we don't see in a day-to-day basis, you know?
Right. Well, I'm an original board member of the Levitt Pavilion, and I'm one of 3 remaining. And so that and my love of music has been, that's been a great, fun time for me.
And I got a follow-up question to that. Keep going.
But, you know, the ability to, well, I put on the Texas Music Awards, so I get to see all the new upcoming country music artists before anybody else.
Yeah.
And that's been a really good inside piece for me at the Levitt, because I can say, let's get this girl before she explodes too big that we can't get her.
Right.
So I've done a lot of that, and it's been neat to know that we've had certain artists, you know, on their upswing at the Levitt before anybody else heard of them.
And I can tell you, you know, Vonda and I go out at least a handful, 10 times, during the summer months. And I know Jay goes to almost all of them. Javi, I know he's been out there, and some of the other guys. It's so fantastic to be, as they say, free music under the stars.
Right.
To go out there, listen to really some of these up-and-coming musicians. There's just some fantastic stuff that's out there. So, we appreciate that. Now, I know you're a huge music fan,
Yes.
mostly country.
And a musician.
Yeah.
Himself.
And you've got, I don't want to say too much, you've got quite a guitar collection.
Yes.
And I love that guitar collection. Cause that's
You go to his office. In fact, I was there most of the day today at his office, and he's got them on the wall.
and,
Yes.
So how is 3DI doing?
Fabulous. Yes, very busy. Starting to pick up really good employees. I'm super proud of the team we're building right now and the future.
Are we starting to see things, pandemic was tough on everybody, because when people are trying to worry about buying, necessities, signs aren't always, something, and advertising isn't something you always want to do. So hopefully are things kind of trending in the right direction?
Well, we're a necessity because our prime marketed piece are signage for apartments. So that's everything from the door to the swimming pool. And so during the pandemic, we never missed a day because we are a necessity, and we're viewed because all the signs that we do are needed for those places to get inspected and approved before people can move in them. So that's really what our niche market is.
Which, by the way, I learned that from him when he was. I mean, you think about signs as just a thing in the road or whatever, but when he started breaking it down for me like that, it's really a communication. And if you remember at Pope, thanks to Paul, we placed a beautiful sign there. But it really is more than just a piece of art on the road. It really is a lot more than that, and I understand that now. So when I see signs, when I'm traveling or even around here, I always think of Paul when something's really cool that gets your attention. You know what I mean?
Well, and nowadays, with so many of our schools being Title I schools, and you think of ways of saying, okay, back in the day when we were in school, they pinned a piece of paper to your shirt, and that's how you got it home. And nowadays, that's not how you do it. You might do the paper thing, but you send it out via email, you send it out via a text. People are on Remind or Band app or something like that. And one of the other ways that you are letting the community know about things is when you go to these.
Exactly.
When you pull up to Pope Elementary and you look there and it says, this is when the PTA meeting is. This is the teacher of the month. This is
and it's a voting site. It's a voting place. So it's really. It really communicates things to the community. There was 1 or 2 people that were wondering about the lights at the at the end of the day or whatever. But the point is that it communicates way more than just this is Pope. So
an interesting piece of information: that sign that we built at Pope is the only sign that the Arlington Tamara Foundation funded.
Yep.
They cut it off after that and said, we don't need to be helping the school district and so forth. But,
well, that may have been a little bit of our fault, the way we did it.
Right.
Put it in under the radar.
Yes.
That's all that's important now.
Yes. But it's been a lot of fun, just like you guys. Great friends, and, I love Arlington. It's been neat to kind of touch what I've been able to touch, so to speak.
I never go see Paul, and sometimes it'll be a while where there's not something else great that's happening that he's.
Yeah.
Like Halloween. Halloween. I'm a big Halloween fanatic.
Halloween
so.
person.
Yes.
Well, and I remember a few years ago, I had to go up to Paul, and I don't remember what I needed something from you, and you said, hey, come on up to the office.
Yep.
And if I remember, I was wearing my Michigan jersey, not on purpose.
Right.
But I walked in, and he saw that, and I thought he was just going to close the door and not even let me in. And I was like, what's going on? And then I realized what I was wearing. But he was willing to help me anyway. And
Well, even today when I celebrated a little late into the night last night with my children, but I got to his shop and there's just an army of people getting the floats ready for tomorrow. So, yep.
That's a real good feeling. Fox 4 came over and shot a little clip, and they asked, "Wow, how did you get all these people?" I said, "I don't
Send
know.
the bat
I
signal
just
out."
reached out. It's just Arlington is such a great community that boom, everybody just showed up, and
you had mentioned that one of the groups was a veteran group that was coming in to help. Tell me, can you give us a little more on that, the veteran group that's there?
Well, it's a portion of the Veterans Business Council from the Chamber of Commerce, but there are a few others that are there that are not members of that group. But my being a veteran, we do the Field of Honor at Veterans Park every year, and I put that on, and so I end up getting so many veteran people that I get to meet, and we're kind of our own little unique brotherhood too. And so, I mean, a while ago, one of the guys texted me and said, if you need help, all you have to do is ask. And I said, oh, I'm asking. He said, let me drop my wife off, and I'm headed to your shop. I'm like,
bring her
awesome.
too. We need the extra help.
I call it the bat signal.
Right.
Yep. I mean, that's what it was. When I showed up at the shop, they were already going, and and I'm not. I mean, I brought my little drill and my stuff, but I did what I could. But it's amazing how quickly people will rally around things like this.
Yes.
Well, I tell you what, we have got just another moment or two. So this is homecoming night, and so they just announced the king, and I can't see what number he is. Is it 7?
Looks like it.
Is that Braylon Sneed? I think it may be Braylon Sneed, number 7.
Over there. Let me see.
The football players. So all of the football players are
Over here?
gathered over here. They're waiting to see who is going to be the king and who is going to be the queen.
That's not. Are you talking about over here? I think that's 12.
Braylon Sneed is over here. It looks like he is being crowned as king.
Oh.
And so now we'll have to see. So Devin Ravel and Braylon Sneed selected as the representatives from the football team. So we'll wait just a second to see who might be.
Yep, that is 7.
So, Braylon Sneed, and then Thor is one of the representatives. Quite a few. We see several Vikings. We see looks like a couple cheerleaders maybe. So that's got to be one of the.
The team loves it.
Are those the cheerleaders, Javi, or is that the drill team? That's cheerleaders, right?
Yes, but the team just literally were jumping up and down with.
Yeah, they needed to see. She can barely walk. With those heels and dress on.
Oh, it's greatness.
So, homecoming court has been named. Paul, I'm gonna take just a quick break. I'm gonna go through a couple scores real quick, and then we'll reboot and we'll let Bill come in here. And I would love for you to stick around for a little bit and help us call a little bit of the game.
Fantastic.
All right. So let's check on just a couple scores. So 2 other games going on in district play. 2 other games going on in district play tonight. Over at Wildman Field, Sam Houston Texans, they are hosting the Arlington Colts. Sam Houston, they are looking for their first win of the season. The Colts are in the playoffs, and so really this is just kind of a pride game. And the current score, and this is at the end of the second quarter, it's 31-0 Colts over at Wildman Field. The other game that a lot of people are interested in is the Martin Warriors are hosting the Bowie Volunteers. That game is over at Choctaw, and both of those teams are in the playoffs. Both of those teams have lots to play for because both of those teams are 5-0 in district play. So the winner's going to be undefeated. The winner is going to be the district champion, and furthermore, it's also going to have some influence on the playoff seedings. And what a game going on. It's halftime. The Bowie Volunteers are ahead of the Martin Warriors. That's 23-20, so quite a game going over there at Choctaw. So that's pretty impressive right there. Only other thing I wanted to cover, if I've got just a moment before they run through the current top 10. Of course, last week was a huge game between DeSoto and Duncanville. The mighty Duncanville Panthers were knocked out of first place by the DeSoto Eagles. Imagine being the DeSoto Eagles, being in third place in the state. You beat the number one team, and you're still not number one in the rankings. Galena Park, North Shore, they are 9-0. DeSoto's 8-0. Austin Westlake and Austin Vandergrift, they are 3-4. The Duncanville Panthers 7-1, and they fall down to about number 5. Trophy Club Byron Nelson has really moved up. They were about the 20th ranked team 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they've moved up to number 7. The Katy Tigers are 8-1. Humble Summer Creek Bulldogs are 8-1, and the South Lake Carroll Dragons are 8-1. They lost last week as well, or it may have been 2 weeks ago. And so that is your current top 10. Just in case you're wondering about a couple other fairly local teams, the Rockwall Yellow Jackets, they come in at number 18. Prosper, number 19. The Capel Cowboys, they are 20th. And the Louisville Fightin' Farmers are ranked number 25. That is all according to Campbell's. So we are ready to get going for the second half. The Vikings are getting ready to run through the giant inflatable.
Well, hopefully the Vikings will pick up where they left off in the first half of the game, have that 10-point 17-7 lead. And you might have mentioned the names of the homecoming king and queen, but once again, Braylon Sneed is the homecoming king, wears number 7, senior for the Vikings and a big-time player. And then the queen, Rihanna Johnson. For the homecoming king and queen for Lamar's homecoming this evening. The Vikings have run through their tunnel. They're back on the field. I think there's some excitement here because, like you've been talking about some other games as well as this one, there's a playoff position at stake.
Yeah, this is a chance to go to the playoffs. And, just to recap what you had said earlier, if the Vikings win by 15 or more, they are in the playoffs. If they win by 13 or less, they are out of the playoffs. And, of course, if they win by 14, well, then it's a coin flip to determine who goes and who stays. How about we just win by 15 and make it easy, right?
Or 20 or 25 whatever that might be is good for me as well.
Last night watching the baseball game, when it was 1-0, it was still a little bit nerve-wracking.
Oh, yeah.
5-0 felt pretty good in the ninth inning. So how about we make it so that we feel pretty good in the fourth quarter?
Well, the teams are out on the field. Robert Duncan is teeing up the ball to have the kickoff. Back deep for the Warriors, number 4, Josiah Lucas, number 7, Jaden Stanley. And the kick is up. It's a short kick. It's going to be fielded at the 30-yard line, moves over to the far sideline where he's run out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. Let's see where they finally spot it. It might be the 37.
That pooch kick is...
Number 23 is going to get credit for the Vikings for running him out of bounds, Porter Johnson. The ball's at the 36-yard line where the Warriors will have their first drive of the second half, 1st and 10. Vikings come out onto the field in defense, and here come the Warriors out. Wait till he gets it on. It's too much. Twins to the right, single to the left, 2 in the backfield. Here's the snap. It's a zone read handoff to number 7. He gets across the 40, 45, slips out of another tackle missed. The final man to get him is going to bring him down at about the 22-yard line. So a huge run there by Jaden Stanley.
Vaughn Smith was the last person that had a chance to get him, and luckily he did because he had a full head of steam.
Definitely so. So now the Warriors 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. Here's a snap, handoff to the right side, then up the middle, and he's going to have a run straight into the end zone. So a 2-play drive, 30 seconds into this half, and it's a touchdown for the Warriors. And, Paul, you said, oh, goodness, as soon as he got through the hole at the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
Well,
I think the Lamar band trailer could have gone through that hole.
I think so, yeah. Here comes the point after attempt by number 15, Andrew Rueda. Here's the snap. The hold, the kick is up, and it is good.
Good.
Well, I was confident it was, but hey, got to wait till those guys decide to give the signal, and it's now 17-14. Vikings lead cut to 3 very quickly.
You know, a lot of times you'll see the officials, and they're pretty coordinated. These guys are synchronized. I mean, like, they're setting their watch with making sure to give that hand signal at the exact right time. All right, Paul, you get to read the run sheet right there.
Scoring drive.
Pretty
Scoring
easy.
drive, 64 yards, 3 plays, 2 first downs, and 41 seconds is all that one took.
All right, our score is?
Now, it's interesting it took 41 seconds because we're only 30 seconds into the half.
That is amazing.
We're going to have to check someone's math on that.
Right.
Never would call out Tim Perry on that because he does such a great job with those things. So, oh, man. So Trenton Yancey's going to come out deep for the Vikings. Got 7 Ogletree up in front and number 7 Jesse Little up in front also.
I think Ogletree has run these back both previous kickoffs.
Rueda has the ball teed up. The ball's kind of straight up and down, it looks like, which I wouldn't be surprised if it's a squib or a pooch of some sort. It's a squib kick straight down the middle. Yancey picks it up at the 17-yard line to the 20, straight up the middle, 25. Now to the far side, backtracks a little, back across 25. He'll get to about the 29-yard line on his forward progress before he's driven down by multiple Warriors. And they are slow to let him up. In fact, one guy looked like he almost pushed off of him getting up. All right, so the Vikings start off their drive, first drive of the second half, 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. Pretty decent field position as well. Getting some last-minute instructions from Coach Skinner at this near side of the field. They come out onto the field.
Let's see if we can do this quicker than 41 seconds.
Okay, tight formation, one in the backfield, straight up the middle through the right B gap. He's going to get about a yard to the 30-yard line, bring up 2nd down and 9. Number 53 leads the tackle. That's going to be Noah Morales, and Deontay Gentry took that handoff.
You know, most of the formations they've used tonight have been much more spread out. Trips on one side, you know, twins on the other. This was way bunched in.
And now they've got single left, single right, one in the backfield with 2 tight ends. Here's the snap. Gannon Carey's going to keep it himself. Slips through one would-be tackler, but he gets up to a bunch of guys at the 32-yard line. So he's only going to pick up about 2 yards there. And now it's 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, you know, I don't mind them running the football, but it makes it really one-dimensional when you have 3rd down and really, really long. I think it's going to be, 3rd and 7 here. That's almost definitely a passing down.
One of the guys trying to get off the field before the ball is snapped. He makes it. That's a big run for number 72. Twins left, twins right. Now a new play being called in. All right, single in the backfield. Here's the snap. Carey steps back, flushed out of the pocket to the far side, being pursued. He's going to keep it, and he's going to get the 1st down and maybe a yard more to the 40-yard line. So on 3rd and 7, he picks up 8, and that was a huge third down pickup for the Vikings. First down and 10.
Yeah, I think he wanted to throw the ball, but when he saw that everyone was covered, he said, you know what, since everyone's 30 yards down the field, I'm just going to take off and run it.
First and 10 at their own 40, trips left. Here's the snap. Screen pass to Gentry in the backfield, out to the 40, cuts back to the middle of the field to the 45. So he'll pick up 6 yards to the 46-yard line. Number 31 is going to get credit for the tackle, Isaac Rios.
Paul, he saw that there was the
quick
on the
tempo
outside.
offense, trips left, single right. Here's the snap. Quick pass to Jesse Little on this side, and he's going to get to about the 47-yard line. Number 25 makes the tackle for the Warriors, Eddie Foster. Ball is spotted at the 47-yard line. It is 3rd and 3. They've got to get to the midfield stripe. Trips left, single right. Here's the snap. Nope, a new play being called in. Gentry's in the backfield. Now Gentry steps to the right-hand side of Carey, the quarterback. Here's the snap. Steps back, keeps it. Goes right up the middle across the midfield stripe, and he's going to get the first down and more to the 47-yard line in Warrior territory. Eddie Foster gets that tackle, or leads that tackle. And again, quick tempo, twins left, twins right, one in the backfield.
Tempo is really important here because they're basically saying, look, South Grand Prairie, we're going to make you stick with the defense that you have out there.
New play called in from the sideline. Here's a snap. Steps back, throws to this side. Ogletree catches it. He gets to the 40. Number 26 will make that tackle. That's going to be Jameel Ross. It's going to be 2nd down and 3 at the 40-yard line. Twins out right. Twins left. Ball on the close hash mark. New play called in. Wish I knew what these hand signals were from the coach, because one of them looks like when I was a little kid, we used to try to get the truck drivers to honk their air horn. Steps back. Ogletree catches it to the 35, and let's see if he gets inside to the 33 or so. And I think it was number 53, was it? Or maybe it's number 25, was having a big-time blitz there, Eddie Foster. And fortunately, Ogletree was open, and Carey was able to throw it, and that's another Viking first down at the 33-yard line. Twins right, single left, one in the backfield. Hands off to Gentry, finds some space. No, he's going to get wrapped up after he backtracks a little bit. Number 17 makes the stop, and that's going to be Torrey Jacobs. They're going to give him forward progress to the 31-yard line, so a pickup of 2.
I think he had
One
a
and a
great
half.
path had he followed where he was supposed to go.
I think you're right, Paul. Twins left, single right. New play called in. Yeah, he had a hole there, but I think he thought, hey, if I backtrack, bounce around, I can. But not so much that time. 2nd down and 9. Hand off to No, the zone read quarterback keeper. Carey keeps it. Gets inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Number 8 makes the tackle. That's Leo Morris for the Warriors. And so now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
The defensive backs are playing about 7 yards off of the ball, and so if they're able to, if they stay right there, if you can get a quick pass over here to Yancey, you might have enough to be able to get that first down.
John Casey comes out, 7 Ogletree back into the game. Twins left and twins right. Gentry in the backfield. Here's the snap. Quarterback keeper by Carey. He tries to string it around the far side. If he had just tucked it and run up through that B gap, he might have had some yardage, but instead he loses a couple yards. Number 27, I think y'all said 27?
Yes.
Caden Henderson makes the stop for the Warriors. It's now.
The yardage is not great, 4th down and 8, but where you are on the field, I think this calls for going for it.
Agreed.
Twins left, twins right. Gentry in the backfield. Yancey split far left. Ogletree in motion. Carey steps back, has time, throws over the middle. It's intercepted right into the hands of that defender. And he's going to get all the way across midfield on the interception return. Boy, that pass just well, thrown right in the breadbasket of the defender.
Yeah, it really was. Well, he read it. The
He did.
linebacker dropped down and saw where he wanted to throw it, and it was the wide receiver was open. It's just a matter of you've got to get him the ball. If that ball had been just a little bit higher, you might be able to get it to where it needs to go. But yeah,
I believe that's the first turnover of the game for the Vikings, and if they cannot repeat that, they still have some good hope here. Leading 17-14, 5:50 to go. The Warriors have the ball 1st and 10 on the Viking 47-yard line. Trips to the right now, man in motion, and he'll take the handoff on the jet sweep around the far side. Stanley, he gets the first down and more. Jaden Stanley. Number 29 for the Vikings, Zion Moore is going to get credit for that.
Well, just to tell you how well South Grand Prairie's played in the second half so far, that's a huge play, and that's their lowest yardage play.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line for the Warriors in Viking territory. Trips right, single left. Here's a snap. Screen pass to this side to Stanley. He's got some blockers, bounces off, tries to go laterally, and then he moves up to the 31-yard line.
You know,
7 and 5.
Number 7 for the Vikings, Braylon Sneed, and number 5, Vaughn Smith, team up for that tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 6 at the 31.
I could see one of the coaches talking to the referees. You know, blocking is just fine, but you can't hold the defensive back from coming in there to make a play.
Twins left, twins right, one in the backfield. Handoff straight up the middle. I believe it's number 19 that carried the ball. Riley Calvin, Cooper Barnard will get credit for the tackle. And it's at the 26-yard line, so this is 3rd down and 1. And the Warriors are playing some tempo offense here, but now they're letting guys move around. No substitutions. Trips left, single right. Oh, and let's see if someone moved. Nope, they're going to call off sides. It'll be a free play. Oh, and it's dropped. He had that ball, but on the way down to the ground, or when he hit the ground, he drops it. But there is a flag on the play. Offsides against the Vikings, so that's going to give them a 1st down. At the, let's see, about the 21-yard line, I believe. And that's, more importantly than the 5-yard penalty, is the 1st down that results.
Yeah, agreed. Well, being on the 21-yard line, that may be the most important thing, 21-yard line of the Vikings.
So 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Knocking on the door here. Trips left, single right, one in the backfield with the quarterback. Here's the snap, steps back. So he's got pressure. He dumps it. Oh, no, and now he throws it toward the end zone. It's intercepted at the 5 to the 10. That's Vaughn Smith, and that is down to the, let's see, where it's at the 15-yard line. Vaughn Smith jumped up and just grabbed that ball. He could be charged with a felony right there.
Yes.
He reached up and stole that ball.
Dion used to call that baiting the receiver, He would just sit there and say, listen, I'm going to be about 5 or 6 yards off. I'm going to make the quarterback think that he's wide open. Read it the entire way, and just sat on the play.
Paul, what'd you think about that?
That was unbelievable. I mean, right in his he jumped, he caught it at the height of the –
yeah.
It was
high
beautiful.
pointed it, and
yes.
That's a college-type play, timing it and everything.
Absolutely.
So the Vikings keep the Warriors out of the end zone on that drive. 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. Twins to the left, stacked receivers on the right. Now one of those comes in motion to this side. Kerry steps back, throws it to that man in motion. He's at the 11, almost falls over. He's trying to push and fight. He gets about another yard to the 13-yard line. It looks like where they'll mark it. So a loss of 2 yards.
I can't tell if that is Little or Peoples-Jones.
That's Peoples-Jones.
Peoples Jr.
Peoples Jr. Yes, thank you.
Sorry.
Jalen Humbles comes in for him now, and he's in the backfield. Twin receivers to the right, one to the left. Yancey goes in motion to the far side. Screen pass, and Gentry drops it. It was a forward pass. The defender, number 24 for the Warriors, thought it might be a backward pass. And now, though, you got 3rd down and about 12. At your own 13-yard line. Good point, Steve.
See if this isn't.
All right, twins to the left, twins to the right. One in the backfield. Now new play being called in.
Look, they brought safety over to double Yancey.
Here's the snap. Steps back. Throws deep down the middle of the field toward Yancey.
Oh.
Past him and almost intercepted by number 27, who was out past Yancey. That's Caden Henderson.
At about the 48-yard line, he slowed up to try and time that jump. I think if he had just run through that ball, he may have had a better chance of catching it.
Yes.
It's going to be fun watching this kid all these 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
If it had continued, he'd have run into the defensive back and got a
Yeah,
So
very
now
possible. Yeah, very possible.
The Vikings
Possible that-
poised to give the ball back to the Warriors here on 4th and 12. Cooper Barnard back to punt. Rolls this way. There's a flag thrown by the official in the backfield.
and then number 26 just mauled somebody.
Yeah, number 26 for the Warriors. That's going to be Jameel Ross. He just kind of mugged Braylon Sneed over on this sideline where the punt was going out of bounds. And let's see. I wouldn't imagine that they would take a penalty here. I would think they'd want the ball where it went out of bounds if I was the
Well,
Warriors.
but let's see who it's on, right?
Yeah, I
They're looking at Grand Prairie.
think they're asking them if they want to accept or deny the penalty.
Offside, no.
It's going to be a false start or holding.
Yeah, thrown in the backfield.
Or an illegal formation. Because he threw it as soon as the ball was snapped.
Let's see. Here we go.
The official's in a big hurry here as one of them just canters back.
It's called an unofficial timeout.
Now, let's talk about this again and talk about where we're going for coffee after the game. Okay. Illegal procedure against the Vikings. Wow, I'm really surprised. The only reason I think you do this is if you're going to try to do a full-on rush and block the kick because you had excellent field position there.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, you're taking the ball at the 35-yard line, roughly?
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so 4th down and 17 at their own 8-yard line now for the Vikings. Cooper Barnard says, "Hey, I'll try this again. Why not?" As long as, and I think the only thing they're thinking about is can we get in there and block it? Now, Coach Skinner's out there on the field talking to the Whitecap, the head referee.
It does make you wonder what kind of illegal procedure could you have on a punt?
Well, and the line judge didn't call it. It's not like they saw it. Yeah, the back judge standing back by the punter called it.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, I guess you could say, well, you didn't have enough men on the line, but
So
would
that'd
have
be
been
a
a
legal
line judge, you
formation,
would
though.
think that
Yeah,
that
you
would
would
be-
think. So now there's 3 officials talking with Coach Skinner. And
Is this where you start looking for a trail of slime behind one of the people that?
Braylon Sneed close enough to, I think he's got one ear turned trying to eavesdrop on the conversation.
He's trying to read lips.
Skinner ends the conversation. No, he turns around and says, I got
You know
one
what?
more
I got
thing.
more things.
Kind of like Columbo. Oh, I got one more question.
Not done yet.
And now he's talking to the line judge as he walks off the field, but apparently all in good nature.
Apparently,
Yeah.
no fist. It didn't
No.
come to fisticuffs.
No flag thrown. All right, here we are, 4th and 17. Now they do a tricky kind of maneuver. Yancey now in the backfield to receive this ball, and he's going to go for it, and he goes to the 10, and he's going to be 1 yard short, I think. Let's see. No.
10
The-
yards short.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, what in the world?
What on earth? What on earth?
I think what Coach Skinner was saying to the officials, hold my soda and watch this.
Well, and let me say this: not a horrible call. I mean, he picked up 13 yards.
Yeah.
He picked up some good yardage. The only problem is you needed a
20
lot more.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so 1st and 10 for the Warriors at the Viking 15-yard line. Let's see what they have up their sleeves now.
Watch for the run right
Twins to the right. Here's the snap. Handoff around the far side. He's going to get to the 8-yard line, so he'll get 7 yards. And we've got an injured Viking on the field. And I'm trying to figure out if that's a cramp or what. He's kicking one of his legs up and down.
That's Cooper Bernard, by
We
the
have
way. That's 24.
Giving him some attention.
That's him because he wears all these things on his
He's holding his right eye. It's almost like it seems like something got in and poked his eye. He's got his hand inside of his face mask. So that's why he was kind of writhing in agony. Comes off the field. Now it's going to be second down and looks like 3 at the 8-yard line. They've got to get to the 5.
Yeah, it looks like 3. It says 4 on the scoreboard, but I think you're right. I think it is 3. Nice play. So just was able to run right off the right tackle, but really nice play.
Number 3, Jaden Peterson, and number 36, Morgan Elamihe, in on that tackle. It's third down and about 2. Single left, twins to the left, single right. Here's the snap. Handoff, they wrap him up. It was a zone read type thing, it looked like, but he handed off quickly, and they're going to lose yardage back to the 10-yard line.
Boy,
Number
Bill,
84, Johnny Carter's going to get credit for the tackle.
I was afraid that they were going to call offsides. I was afraid he was in the neutral zone, but it looks like he got back in time.
So now it's fourth down and 5 at the 10-yard line, and they bring out the field goal team, setting up for an apparent field goal attempt at the ball is spotted at the 7 to the T at the 17, T so to speak. They don't use one, but 27-yard attempt, snap, the hold, the kick is up. I think it's good. They look at each other. It's good.
It's good.
17 to 17, so tie ball game.
It's going to be an Olympic sport with these guys. They're phenomenal.
Oh, yes, like synchronized swing. Well, one of them, it seems like it's the guy on the far right side. He's got it. And then he turns. You agree? Yes, I agree. Your Eminency.
It's like they're Canadians over there that are,
Now we shall give this appropriate signal.
So fantastic.
Hey,
so
you know what, though?
fantastic.
They're doing a good job, and God love them, because there truly is an official or referee shortage in the state. So they're doing a good job.
They are. And, we haven't complained a whole lot about the officiating tonight.
No, but there's still a lot of football left in this game.
There's still time.
All right. Yeah, that's the defense standing up. You're right, Steve. All right, Paul, what kind of scoring drive you got?
Yes, that scoring drive was a total of 27 yards, 3 plays, 1 first down, and it took 1 minute and 16 seconds for that field goal.
And our new score, Lamar 17, South Grand Prairie 17. The ball is teed up, and Rueda is ready to kick off. He approaches the ball. It's a kind of a line drive, knuckleball fielded at the 21-yard line to the 25, 30, 35, and he is met stiffly there. And is it Jesse Little that had it?
Jesse Little, yeah.
Yep.
I tell you what, full head of steam, and he went straight on, and
number
when
8,
he stopped moving, he stopped moving.
And that stop moving was caused by Leo Morris, number 8 of the Warriors. 39-yard line. All right, 39-yard line. It's where the Vikings will start with the tie game, 17-all. First and 10. Trips to the left, single to the right.
Let's go
Empty
back to
set.
some of that consistent
twins
play.
To the right. Waiting for the snap. Man in motion. It's flipped to Yancey, who takes the ball around this end. He'll get across the 40 to about the 43-yard line, 44-yard line.
45. So that is considered a pass because he threw that ball
Forward, yeah.
Little shuffle pass right in front of him.
All right, so a 6-yard gain up to the 45-yard line, second down and 4. Here's the snap. Gentry to the A gap on the right side. He gets to the 47 before he's wrapped up. And the stop is by number 43. And the Vikings come back out, trips to the left, single to the right, 1 in the backfield. 3rd and 2. Here's a snap. Carey steps back. Screen pass to Gentry. Across the 50, 45. Tucks his shoulder and gets inside the 40-yard line. I mean, I think number 27 was a little bit bigger, but he turned around and just tucked his shoulder and said, I'm coming through.
Normally we would say Caden Henderson just made the tackle, but I think Gentry just knocked over Henderson.
First down and 10. That's another Lamar Viking first down. Sidney Anderson down in the game. He goes up the middle on the handoff, gets to the 35-yard line. That's only 1 yard gain.
The defensive line's winning the game, the line of scrimmage now.
Yeah, you know, originally earlier we were talking about the holes that the offensive line was opening and not seeing quite the same holes in the offensive line right now.
Second down and 9. Carey takes the ball, stutter steps, quarterback keeper up the middle. He gets hit pretty hard by that number 8 at the 32-yard line.
Who stands over him after he hits him?
And that number 8, again, Leo Morris, who's had some good stops tonight. Pretty sturdy guy that just hits somebody and knocks them backwards typically.
Some of these plays are an option play where Gentry has the option. That was a straight-up run.
3rd and 6. Here's a snap. Carey steps back, throws to Yancey, catches it. He's inside the 30, 25. He gets upended, but he's got a first down at the 25-yard line. He needed 6 and got 7.
Bill, does it look like they're trying, you know, so many of these plays, instead of just going forward, they're trying to pick up more by moving left and right?
Yeah, and they're trying to throw the defense off and not quite breaking ankles, but having to create the secondary to move laterally as well. And that's the end of the third quarter with our score tied 17-all. So here's the challenge for the Vikings. They've got to win this quarter 15-0 to make it to the playoffs.
Agreed.
Which means you basically hold them scoreless. You get a touchdown here. I think you just go for the one and make it, and then save your 2-point conversion for later, because if you don't make the 2-point conversion now, well, you basically said, uh-oh.
And that brings up a really interesting question. All right, I'll ask this to Paul. Let's say you score, you're up by 7, you score with a second left to go in the ball game. Do you kick the field goal and score 14, knowing that a coin flip is going to decide whether or not you go to the playoffs, or do you go for 2 and reassure yourself?
I'm going to go for 2 if it's me.
Man, and see, that is the type of guy that Paul Folks is.
I'm really impressed with this Yancey.
He's a
kid.
freshman.
He's right. That's what I was looking at, and I'm like, wow, I think I'd get him the ball a little more often. He seems to make things happen.
All right. So first down and 10 for the Vikings at the Warrior 25-yard line. Yancey is split out far to the left. Ogletree in the slot to the left.
You know, with the end of the quarter, you basically get a free timeout. Let's see if they try to do something big on this play.
Here's a snap. Carey steps back, throws to the left. A diving catch is made at the 17-yard line, and that's going to be 2nd down and 2.
Yancey's already thinking that he's in the pros. He got up and said, nobody touched me, nobody touched me.
Yeah. Well, wait about 5 years, 6 years,
seriously.
or whatever it's going to take to get there. All right, Twins left, stacked receivers on the right. Man in motion coming across. Carey throws again to that far side. It was just a little bit too far out in front of Yancey that time. He had to lean forward, and it was off his fingertips.
It looked like he might have slipped, too.
Yeah. And it might have been he was trying to get some traction and run and reach out and catch it. So now 3rd down and 2 for the Vikings.
Let's see if this is a running play. Basically, we're going to run it
Twins
twice if we
to
have
the
to.
right, single to the left, Gentry in the backfield. Here's the snap. Gentry, no, it's the zone read. Gannon Carey keeps it. He gets across the 15 for the first down. And he's going to get to about the 14-yard line, maybe just inside the 14. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Trips to the right this time, single to the left. Carey steps back, throws a screen pass, and Gentry is caught. He comes out of the backfield. He gets back to the 17-yard line. That's number 8. That same Leo Morris made that tough tackle.
Yeah, he read that right off the snap. Knew exactly where that ball was going. It was in the right place at the right time.
2nd down and 13 now for the Vikings at the 17-yard line. Got to get to the 4 for a first down. Twins to the left, twins to the right. Gentry in the backfield. Low snap. Throws to this side. Humbles catches it. He tiptoes down the sideline, and then he is hit hard at about the 2-yard line. Humble's slow to get up. Now he gets up. Oh, but man, what a catch, and what a tiptoe down the sidelines to get the first down. Number 11 for the Warriors, Ahmad Jenkins, makes that tackle, and that was a tough, hard hit.
I couldn't tell if that was.
Okay, it's first and goal at the 2-yard line. It's a direct snap to Gentry, and he gets down to the half-yard line. It looks like they're going to say he didn't get in. And now there's a Warrior slow to get up, but he's going to get up and limp back to his side of the line of scrimmage slowly. That's number 11, Ahmad Jenkins. Second down and less than 1 to go, and goal to go inside the 1-yard line. A new play being called in. Twins to the right, single to the left. Gentry in the backfield. Here's the snap. Gentry takes it, pushes his way into the end zone. Touchdown Vikings, 9:47 to go. And we're waiting for the Randall Mill Pharmacy extra point.
That was much more of the push we had got used to in the first half, where that offensive line dominated just a little bit more. Ooh, watch
And
it.
I finally heard that truck horn that the coach was calling for there a while ago.
There you go. Good one, Paul. Good one. Cooper Barnard to hold at the 10-yard line. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. I think it's good. And verified. It's good. The Randall Mill Pharmacy extra point is good. The Vikings go out now to a 7-point lead, 24-17. 9:47 to go. Plenty of time for lots of things to happen. Okay, Paul, y'all were talking. It is amazingly wonderful that the Rangers are having their parade in Arlington. You know, the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. They had it in downtown Dallas because they're the Dallas, and I'm using air quotes,
Yes.
stuff. But I am so glad to know that the Rangers are having it in Arlington, baseball town, as you say.
Exactly. Yes, sir. I don't think Dallas would have canceled school tomorrow either.
All right, Paul, what's our scoring summary there?
So we went a total of 61 yards in 11 plays, 5 first downs. Time of possession was 4 minutes and 6 seconds. And the score is now the Lamar Vikings 24, South Grand Prairie Warriors 17.
All right. Robert Duncan on a shorter approach to the football. Here's the kick. It's an onside kick attempt. It's fielded cleanly by the Warriors. Is that number 80? Number 88 for the Warriors. Tadrian Rankin makes
Bill,
that.
I think what they're doing here is they're saying, listen, with 9 minutes and 46 seconds, we probably only have at most 2 more possessions. And so if we can get another possession somehow, we're all right. But trust the defense that we can keep them out of the end zone.
I think that's part of it. Hey, if we get the onside kick short field, we can go up by 2 scores. If we don't, defense has been doing a great job. We'll see what happens here. 1st and 10 for the Warriors at their own 48-yard line. Single to the left, twin receivers to the right, one in the backfield. Here's the snap, low snap. He bobbles it. Now he's got a fall on it back at his own 42-yard line.
Dalen Brooks did the smart thing. That ball was snapped low, wasn't able to field it cleanly, tried to pick it up, and then finally said, you know what, I'm going to save this for another day.
All right, so this is 2nd down and 16, I believe, at their own 42-yard line. Twins left, single right. Here's a snap. Quarterback rolls out to this side. He has some pressure, short hops it to number 14, incomplete. That intended receiver, Iantovian Williams, or
This
Ian
is,
Tovian.
got to get him off the field on 3rd down and, 16?
Yes.
Need to get him off the field here, but I got to tell you, this is exactly what Coach Skinner would want.
All right, on 3rd and 16, got 3 receivers out to the right, 1 receiver to the left, empty set in the backfield. Here's the snap, step straight back, it's got some pressure. Oh. The pass is thrown. Oh, and that's offensive interference. If anything, the receiver turned and held on to the defender, and it was a tough hit in the backfield on the quarterback, but no flag thrown. Wow.
We're both of us getting kind of the sweaty hands going, come on now, because that was a heck of a hit on the quarterback. I thought it was clean, but it was one of those bang plays. And then over here, I think could have been called pass interference either way.
Either way, yeah.
Neither one was called.
All right. Well, the defense does do their job.
And two incomplete passes stopped the clock twice.
Yes.
That's true. Keep some clock time there, Steve. You're right. All right. Here's the snap. Rolls to his right. Kicks. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Stay away, stay
The
away.
Shankopotamus. Oh, and all right, here's why we're laughing. The ball went straight up in the air, comes down to about the 46, starts to take a great Warrior roll, but number 60 is right there and decides to field it. And, unfortunately, we don't have his name, so we're not going to say anything. But, wow, he stopped that ball. Thank you very much. The ball's at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10.
That may have been 50. That may have been Caden McGriff.
Oh, so it was
Caden
number
McGriff,
50.
yeah.
Oh, McGriff, the crime dog.
Now, if that had bounced off of him, that's a free play, and you could have fielded that and run it without worrying about fumbling.
Might be. Sometimes they'll call it whether you touched it, call it dead, or you can't advance it. But anyway, great field position, 1st and 10 at our own 40-yard line. Single receiver out to the left. Otherwise, we're pretty well bunched up. Here's the snap. Gentry takes a handoff around the left side, bounces around the edge. He's going to get a first down and more. He crosses the 50-yard line, which was the yard line to make, and he gets to the 49-yard line. So 11 yards. I thought he was snagged at the line of scrimmage.
That looked like it was going to be about a gain of 2, but he kept his wheels motoring.
Second
All
effort.
right. Now they move the ball to the 48, 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Carry, quick pass over here to Peoples Jr. He gets inside the 45 to about the 43-yard line. So that's a big 5-yard gain quickly.
Just a very quick pass over to the right side and able to pick up 5 yards on that play.
Second down and 5. Trips right, single to the left. Gentry still in the backfield. Here's the snap. Gentry takes it around the left gap. He's going to get to about the 40, maybe. Nope, he's right there at the 40-yard line, but that brings up 3rd down and 2.
Boy, I thought he was even closer to that. I thought he was up to the
39.
39-yard
I thought
line.
at first he was, but then when I saw where he was really stopped and twisted,
Okay.
I think they spotted it just right. Twins to the right, single to the left, but I had that same optical illusion you did, Richie. 3rd and 2, big 3rd down play here. Gentry, no, on the zone read, Gannon Carey takes it and dives forward, and he's got the first down right on the yard line to make it, the 38-yard line.
Bill, we've seen him so often run and run and run, and he will slide. Run and run, and he will slide to try and keep him from getting those hits. That was a ball forward.
And that was the only way to get that first down. If
Boy,
he had slid, it would have been a loss.
They're saying it's not a first down?
Oh, my gosh, 4th and what? Hold on.
How is that not a first down?
How is it not a first down?
Look where the
It's on the 38-yard line, which was the yard line to make.
Do we have a less than a 10-yard chain again?
Somebody get that official an index card.
We need the 9.5-yard chain on this one.
For less than 10 yards.
If the ball is spotted
wow.
at the 38, they're going to bring it out for a measurement, I believe.
well, that's no good because they've already picked the ball up and moved it.
Remember, they were 6 inches short the one time we had the chain.
Okay, looking through the binoculars, the tip of the ball might be right at the 38. Why are they not bringing the chain out yet?
Well, they remember the slot.
The chains haven't moved toward the middle of the field yet.
Well, they had to put the marker on the 40.
Yeah, that takes 5 minutes. Coach DeLay is out on this side of the chain. He's going to have to step up and the video replay, yeah.
Can we get an instant replay on the spot?
Okay, here come the chains out. Ever so slowly for dramatic emphasis. Now they're breaking into a trot.
Oh,
Well, they had to work up to it.
All right.
I want to see
I
an
can't even
emphatic-
see with the ball now because of the field judge. Oh, now it stretches out.
So 4th
So
down
he's
and
about
6
6
inches?
inches, yeah.
yes.
6 inches.
4th down and .333 yards to go.
with 7:35.
Which-
Well, you definitely go for this.
Oh, yeah, but I just don't understand how that positioning of chains and stuff, when the ball was at the 47-yard line.
And Bill, how many times during the game have you seen, it
Yeah.
looks pretty close first down? And I know it's an important game, but come on, man.
Come on, man. All right, 4th and ankle to the big toe to go. Now, action is stopped. Timeout by the officials.
What? And,
They're
okay,
telling the guy to stretch the chain again. They just picked the chain up on the far sideline and stretched it out again.
let's measure again. I bet you we've got it now.
Yeah, right? This is craziness.
I mean, when
Madness.
you're talking, when you're talking about, I mean,
All right, well, here we go. 4th down and Achilles' heel to go. Gentry takes the ball. I don't think he.
yeah, he's.
He
definitely got
did
it.
break through. Okay, yeah, forward progress. My bad. I thought the man that went down was Gentry, so my pure mistake there. So on 4th and 6 inches to go, he gets 2.387 yards, and it's 1st and 10 at the 36.9 yard line. Trips to the right. Here's the snap. Gentry to the right gap. He gets inside the 35 to almost, well, nope, yep, what, yep.
I thought they were going to say 3 yards, but now they're backing it up a little bit.
Wow. That's a loss of a yard on a gain of
gracious.
3, so it's a 2-yard gain. Holy cow.
Now we can talk about the officials.
Yeah. It took long enough. Stacked receivers left and right, one in the backfield. Gentry again on the handoff.
Oh.
He stutter steps and goes up the middle to about the 31-yard line.
Or a loss of 3.
Who? Number 25 on the tackle. That's Eddie Foster. Now it's 3rd down and 4, I believe.
They're saying 5. I
No,
think
4
it's
and a half.
close. Yeah.
Here's the snap. Kerry throws a screen pass. It's
Oh.
batted down, and now it brings up 4th down and 4
Boy.
or so.
Leo Morris has made some plays tonight for South Grand Prairie. So that was a pass just right into the flat intended for Gentry, and he was able to knock it down. Matter of fact, kind of knocked it up. I was afraid that might get intercepted. Well, this is a huge play right here, 4th down and 5 with 6:16 left in the game.
All right, Twins left and Twins right. One in the backfield. Here's the snap. Kerry steps back. Throws pretty far down. Oh, my gosh. He had it, and it came out of his hands. That's Peoples Jr. that had that, and then it got
it's
knocked loose. He
Jesse Little.
was Jesse.
Yeah.
I thought it was number 8. Oh, yeah, it is number 8, Jesse Little.
Yeah.
I thought it was Jesse Little.
Nice. Good call. Sorry. Yeah, so a pass about 15 yards down the field, went up, high-pointed it, and on the way down, there were 2 defenders
There
around
were.
him. And on the way down, they were able to knock it out. And so the ball goes over on downs.
Hey, I'll tell you what, defense is going to do their job. Here's a snap. Handoff to the right side gap. He's going to get to about the 36-yard line. He started at the 31. Now they say the 38-yard line. So that's a good 7-yard gain right there.
Well, they went away from that run.
Twins left, single to the right. Now 2 in the backfield. New play being called in from the Warriors sideline.
They need to, if I were the Warriors, I would slow it down and just run the ball.
Yeah, it's funny. Steve was just mentioning, why aren't they running?
Here's the
into-
snap. Handoff to number 7, tries to string it around. He does string it out to the far side. He'll get the 1st down before he steps out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. That'll move the chains 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. 5:28 to go. Vikings have that 7-point lead, 24-17. Defense needs to step up here and now. Here's the snap. Handoff to 7 around the right side. Now he stopped for about a 3-yard gain to the 49-yard line. Who?
Now they're giving him the 50.
Yep, now they're moving it to the 50-yard line, so a 4-yard gain.
How can they move theirs forward and they move theirs back?
It keeps it even.
Yeah.
Twins to the left, single to the right, 2 in the backfield. Here's the snap. Deja vu, 7 around. He strings it out. He's going to get a 1st down, it looks like, at the 44-yard line.
Well, this is,
Number 3 took him out.
it's hard,
Jaden Peterson rode him out of bounds to
hard
stop
for
that
us
play.
to know, what kind of leg that their kicker has or anything like that. But I would think if you want to.
It's the kind that has a thigh at the top, a knee in the middle, and a calf at the bottom, and a foot attached. I'm sorry.
Well,
Twins,
sure, if he's that kind of
Twins
kicker,
left,
but
single right. Here's the zone read handoff. This time, number 7 only gets to about the line of scrimmage. Now, he could be like Tom Dempsey and have that half foot, you know.
Well, the reason I bring that up is because, right here, you're probably a little outside of you're out of field goal range here. But if you give up another first down, boy, that makes it tough.
That was it. 1st and 10 right here at the 44-yard line. Twins left, single right, 2 in the backfield. Here's the snap. Number 7 around the right side again, but doesn't string it out. This time he gets caught for a 1-yard gain. One of the Vikings is down.
So it has been Jaden Stanley, over and over and over for the Warriors.
Jeremy Prairie is the injured Viking. Now he gets up before the trainers get out there. Oh, wait. Is that 36 or 26? 36. Excuse me, my bad. It's number 36, Morgan Elamihe. Thank you.
He's 7-ranked running back.
So 2nd down and 9 with 4:28 to go.
You might key on number 7, Jaden Stanley here. Maybe.
Is he in the game?
Hey, let me see. Let me see who they hand the ball off to, and I'll tell you.
Twins left, single right. Stanley is one of the 2 in the backfield. Here's the snap. Zone read. Stanley to the right side. 30, 25, cuts inside of the 20, finally ridden down to about the 12-yard line.
Well,
Number 3 finally brought him down.
Jaden Peterson brought him down to save the touchdown.
I think he went to the sideline and put on another kind of leg.
yeah, seriously. Yeah. Let me just tell you, that is not a Jack Dempsey
Bionic?
leg right there.
Wait,
Flag holding.
how did none of us see this? Okay, Cooper Barnard was kind of down for a little bit of extra time. I mean, how did everyone move down the field, though, before they – it's interesting.
That is a huge call.
Oh, that's a huge call. Puts the ball back at the 49-yard line in Viking territory.
Those refs are awesome.
These guys are great.
Lou, you're my boy.
Well, that goes from 1st and goal at the 3 all the way to 2nd down and 15. New life.
We're 7.
All right.
Yeah.
Down here in
He's a slot receiver this time. Yeah, number 7 is
Let's see if he
Stanley.
doesn't go in
Twins
motion.
left, no one to the right, 1 in the backfield, 2 tight ends. Here's the snap. Steps back, throws a screen pass off the fingertips to the far side, and that's going to make it 3rd and 15. Wow, what a penalty that holding call
Huge.
was.
That's huge. And I'm not – yeah.
So
they
far,
are holding
possibly.
penalties the play of the game right
Yeah,
now.
it's in the top 5 at least.
Little surprised that they threw a pass there.
All right.
All that does is stop the clock.
On 3rd and 15, single left, twins left, single right, 1 in the backfield. Here's a snap. Keeps it, rolls out this side, being pursued, throws.
Oh, he dropped it.
went through his hands.
He had a catch in the field of play, but then he dropped it out of bounds, couldn't complete the football play. Guys, that brings up 4th and 15. I've got Uber's number if they want it.
I think you – well, this is the no-duh statement, but I think you punt it here and try to pin the Vikings back deep.
I would do a fake punt and go for it.
Exactly what I would do.
Eat up some clock, run around in circles.
Give up the safety? How about that?
Give a few hand signals. Here's the snap. Comes up the middle, almost blocked.
That was close.
It bounces at the 20, takes a Viking bounce, and then it is killed at the 23-yard line, where the Vikings will take over 1st and 10. Hey, 3:35 to go, all 3 timeouts. Clock is not an issue right here, right now.
No, you've got plenty of time, and the hurry up offense that they've been running. I don't think the clock is so much of a problem.
They're going to have to get more than 2 yards in a cloud of artificial turf pellets.
Yeah, we would think.
All right, they come out to the field of play. Single receiver far to the left. I think that's Ogletree. Twins to the right. Now Yancey goes in motion to the other side as a slot receiver. Here's a snap. Handoff to Gentry. He's got a big hole, but he only gets out to the 28-yard line. I say only. That's about a 5-yard gain.
Leo Morris is just playing outstanding linebacker for the Warriors. He is basically serving as a spy. He's watching that and just going after either Gentry or
Twins left,
Gannon
Twins
Carey.
right. Here's a snap. Carey keeps it. Now he throws to the far side. Screen pass is caught. Across the 30 to the 34-yard line. That's Seven Ogletree that caught that. I think he got the first down on the forward motion or forward progress, and he did at the 34-yard line.
3 minutes. They're going to stop the clock just enough to move the chains.
No, the field judge is winding it.
And that's another Viking first down. Here's a snap. Carey, quick throw to the far sideline. Breaks a tackle up to the 40-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
Should stop the clock right there.
He should, because his forward progress was not stopped before
No.
he went out of bounds.
And that was a smart
Is
play.
that Yancey, I think? Yeah.
Smart play by Yancey to keep on moving forward, basically to say, hey, he didn't stop me.
All right, Twins to the right. And, you know, Richie, you bring up a great point. Paul, you were talking about this, impressed with Yancey.
Yes.
As a freshman, he is smart, too, not just athletic. I mean, playing smart things.
Right.
Here's a snap. Handoff to Gentry, wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. He might fall forward for 1 yard, which he does. And now it's going to bring up third down.
They're saying 4.
It
Looks
is
like 4.
Third down and 4. It should be 3rd and 3 because they're at the 41. Pass in the backfield to the 40. Yancey falls forward for the first. Oh, what are they doing spotting him back there? But there is a flag in the backfield. And I think that they shorted him on the spot anyway, but that doesn't matter. That's academic at this point. Holding against the Vikings.
Oh, yuck.
Well, that just opens up the field a little bit more for the pass play.
It does.
I just want to see Gannon Carey say, hold my water and watch this.
31-yard line.
Twins to the right, twins to the left. 3rd down and 14 to go. Here's the snap. Throws to this sideline. Peoples Jr. ducks one man to the 35 to the 40. Falls forward. He might have the first down.
think
Let's
he
see where they
does.
mark him out of bounds.
26 on the tackle.
At the 43.
Yep, they're saying move the chains at the 44-yard
Boy.
line.
And I'll tell you, I still think that they shorted him a yard on that play.
I do too.
Yes.
But 1st and 10 for the Vikings. 1:38 to go in the game. Twins left, twins right. Steps back. He's going to keep it to the right gap. He turns his shoulder and pushes forward for about 4 yards. Let's see where they spot it. Looks like it's at the 48-yard line, which would be a 4-yard gain.
17 and 20.
Oh, just shy of the 49-yard line. 2nd down and a long 6, or 5, I mean. Here's a snap. Throws to this. Oh, that was holding.
You got a
And
front
there's the flag.
yes.
Oh, my gosh. Yes, finally they get caught mugging the receiver.
Two good things on there. Obviously, the first one is going to be the penalty. It looks like they should be pass interference.
Well, either that or holding. But I think I heard the defender saying, brothers don't shake hands. Brothers got a hug.
Hug it out, man.
He had him wrapped up.
No.
Oh, no.
How
Before the chains are even set. Carey steps, throws. Peoples Jr. catches it. He's met
Now
immediately
you
at the
gotta call a
28-yard
timeout.
line
Yes.
Now you
with
gotta call a
39
timeout.
seconds, and the Vikings do use their first of 3 timeouts in the half.
So 30,
Look how slow the referee's hand motion is.
well, this is the same guy that thought that wasn't pass interference or holding over
Oh,
there.
my gosh.
Well, 39 seconds left. It's 24-17 Vikings. You know, the score, I mean, you know, we would be ecstatic right now if this was any other week, but we need that second score.
Oh, yeah, and the 2-point conversion to go with it.
Correct.
Did y'all see how quickly though he went off it?
Because I want to have something to do next weekend.
I would love to have something to do next week.
Well, Richie, I've got a deal for you. My backyard is in some pretty bad shape, needs to be mowed. So if they don't make the playoffs, come on over.
What time are the states?
I'll
Yeah.
throw steaks on the grill if you want to come do some yard work for reals. And you got to
You're
make
gonna
friends
you're
with
gonna fire up the grill.
Yeah, and
Okay.
you got to make friends with Archie, my 75-pound watchdog on
Okay,
the way.
all
But
right.
yeah,
39 seconds. We still have 2 timeouts, so you probably have 4 or 5 plays if you do things the right way.
Twins left, Twins right. 2nd and 8. Excitement all around. Here's the snap. Carey brushes off a sack. Now to the 30, 25, and runs out of bounds at the 21-yard line, and that should be good for a Viking first down. They're going to put it at the 20, and that's a Lamar Viking first down.
Are they going to say the 20 or the 21?
We'll see. At the 20. That was the
20,
best
good.
spot.
Yeah, that's our best spot so far.
In the red zone officially. 31 seconds to go. Stacked receivers left and right. Here's a snap. Carey throws quickly to the far side. It's caught by Ogletree to the 15, and he's wrapped up a 1 yard short of the first down.
Might call your second timeout here.
Timeout is called.
There we go.
23 seconds to go. Now the Vikings have 1 timeout left.
Bill, is he short a yard?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going to be 2nd down and 1.
It's a yard and 7/8.
Yeah. Just, yeah.
Yeah, yard. Sorry.
Or in
sorry.
the metric system.
Yeah. One of our listeners from Canada or something can tell us what that is in.
Oh, we do have our
meters.
Canadian listener tonight,
Yeah.
eh? Our international audience. Thank you, Lisa.
So 1 yard. 1 yard is about the same as a meter. It's roughly the same. I know that.
It's 3 feet, basically.
Both of them, right? Yeah, I think both of them are about 3 feet. Well, 23 seconds. You do have 1 timeout left. I think you have
To get a first down here.
Well, I think you throw it. I think you throw it.
All right, Twins left,
But-
Twins right. 1 in the backfield. That's Gentry to the left of Carey, the quarterback. Here's a snap. Steps back. Throws to the corner of the end zone. Yancey is there. He was
He's
held.
getting it. Yes.
Did they throw the flag?
Yes, they
Yep.
did.
Flag.
Good. Let's see if they wave this one off. And that was in the end zone. That'll put the ball at the 1 yard line.
Well, they were on the 11.
No, it's if the offense was committed in the end zone, which it was, that puts the ball at the 1 yard line.
Correct.
Pass interference.
They called it holding or pass interference.
Oh, he called it holding. So that's a 10-yard penalty. It'll give us a first down. And it actually, it'll be half the distance,
So
I
it's going
guess.
to be 1 on the 5.
Wow, but that should have been interference
Yes,
because
I
that's
agree.
right,
The ball
Paul?
was in
Yes,
the air, right?
should have.
Without a doubt. I guess
Yep.
Wow.
it's not called that.
Good time to learn the rules here. 1st and goal at the 5 yard line. Twins left, Twins right. Man in motion from the far side. Here's the snap. Carey steps back. Throws to this side. Peoples Jr. to the 5. He hurdles the end zone. Oh, no.
There are flags everywhere.
What? Let's see what the flags are.
Calling in,
Like 14 flags flew.
He tried to hurdle into the end zone.
it's against the Vikings
Let's see what the penalty is.
because the guy came back to block.
It's going to be holding or illegal block.
There's a pretty long discussion among the head referee and 2 of the other refs. Another one's feeling left out, so he comes into the conversation.
So about 3 flags were thrown all at the same time,
I
right?
saw like 14.
Was that little? Was that little that
They're
scored?
in
That
agreement,
They're picking up. Yeah, they're picking the ball up.
and he's going to go tell.
Here's the call. Let me get this right.
It's going to be a block in the back.
Lots of conversation still on the field, just to let y'all know what's going on since you can't see it. Now the signal. Personal foul. Wow, that's a new signal for that. Because they used to come down and shove hands below the knees. Wow, 15-yard penalty is going to put it back at the 18-yard line.
boy, that's
Now it's 1st and goal, but from the 18.
well. You've got 11 seconds. You probably
Twins
have
to the left,
2
Twins to the right,
plays.
1 in the backfield.
4 downs.
Man in motion coming from the far side. Here's the snap. He's got pressure, slips out of it. He's being pursued. It's caught by Peoples Jr. He gets to the 5 to the 4 before he stopped.
Timeout.
2 seconds.
1 second on the clock.
Yeah, and they need to put it back to 2 because when
Yes.
the timeout was called, I believe. Either way, it's 1 play, but I think it helps if you have that other second for whatever reason. Wow, Peoples Jr. made a great catch, and then he gets down to the 4-yard line, 5-yard line. So, folks, it's basically last down of the game and goal to go.
What is that ref saying? Timeout.
Well,
I tell you what, they sell you the whole seat here, but you're
You
only
only
going to
need
use
the
the edge. I mean, the playoff opportunity comes down to the final play of the game. Does it get any better than this?
Is that evenly matched or is that evenly matched?
Okay, so I'll ask the question again. Do you go for two? Or you
Well, hell yeah, you go for two.
Go for
Excuse
two.
me. Heck
Go
yeah,
for
you go
two.
for two. Sorry, I thought I was in my living room for a minute.
It's these
That's
comfortable
right.
chairs, Bill.
Yeah, I get a little too comfortable and the filter comes off. Fortunately, that's as bad as it gets. Now the players the Vikings turning over toward the student section, asking for some excitement. Now there's a timeout being called by the official. South Grand Prairie calls a timeout. Say, hey, why not? Let's just go ahead and talk this over. My goodness, 1 second to go.
Let's ice it.
Bill, that
Yeah,
was
ice the touchdown
that was
attempt.
funny just for a second because several of the Vikings players were looking at the stand saying, "Come on, cheer!" And one of the coaches runs over here going, "What are you doing? Quiet down!"
Yeah.
So they can hear the snap.
You know, it's just excitement all over the place.
Last night was awesome.
Oh, yeah, watching the freshmen
We had
play.
the freshman game last night. They were fantastic. District champs.
Yeah,
And,
the 18.
and you know, Paul, as much as, you know, we see a couple freshmen out here that are already playing on the varsity team, there are a couple freshmen that if there was an injury or two, I think you could even elevate up to that varsity level.
They'll bring them if we make the playoffs. They'll bring them up for playoffs
Yeah.
for sure. All right, folks, here we go. Both teams back out onto the field. 1 second, the last play of the game, and barring a defensive penalty. Single receiver to the left, twins to the right. Gentry in the backfield to the right of Carey. The ball on the close hash mark. Man in motion from the far side. Oh, no, a bad snap is picked up at the 17-yard line. Carey looks. He throws toward the end zone. It's intercepted. That's the end of the game. That's the end of the season. Wow.
What time are those steaks on?
It'll be a week from Saturday.
Oh,
Man.
my goodness.
Vikings win the football game, but they lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point. We're all upset. They did win the game, but that touchdown is what they needed. And of all the times, and look, I'm not trying to call attention to the center.
course
Everyone
not.
has something
Of course
happen.
not.
I made a mistake 38 years ago, and I still remember it. No, I made a mistake yesterday. But the bad snap, and that's unfortunately. Now, there was a receiver kind of open in the back of the end zone, but unfortunately the defender came across and stole the pass away. Well, a hard-fought game. Man, these Vikings are on the cusp of turning the corner with this program.
And
Look,
a victory tonight.
Yeah,
I mean,
there
you
is a
know,
victory. Thank you
there's
for
a lot to
reminding
be,
us.
There's a lot to be said about, hey, we beat South Grand Prairie. We
Yes.
didn't beat them last year. We didn't beat them the year before. And so this year, they were able to beat South Grand Prairie. It was 24-17, and they look like for a lot of this game, they look like the better team. And so, you know, as much as we're disappointed that it wasn't by 14 or 15, you know, we can't lose sight of the fact. And yeah, they're disappointed, and you don't want to see them disappointed in a victory. But
And I got to tell you what, I've been around a lot of these players in person, away from the field. I know them from baseball. I got to lead a devotional a couple of weeks ago. You see these players, and you know the heart and fight that they have. It's been all season. And, folks, the coaches, I mean, I've traded texts with Coach Viard, the freshman head coach. Coach Williamson comes up to the press box on some of the sub-varsity nights. Everyone in this program believes, and we are so close to turning this thing around.
Agreed.
There's a promising future ahead. Well, that's going to close it out for us for our executive producer, Jay Ryan, and our statistician, Tim Perry, our spotter, Steve Langford, Jay Spotter, Tony Zimmerman, our guest announcer, Paul Folks, Richie Sheridan, the color commentary. I'm
Javier
Bill
Nahara
Frawley.
back here yelling
Excuse
at
me.
us
Thank
too,
you,
yeah.
Javier Nahara. Thank you very much. I'm Bill Frawley saying VFND.